And we're rolling on a Wednesday. Welcome to Barn Burner, presentation of Bet365. Hockey fans, check it out. The 3-goal early payout. When your team goes up by 3, you get paid. It's that simple. Download the app. You must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. That's all we ask. That's it. Super chat is rolling again, as always. As we're going live, you're watching live. You put a comment into the YouTube chat along with some cash. We get the cash to the U-Centers of Calgary. Put your comment on the show. We might even just sprinkle them in. Might even wait till the end of the show. Might just drop them in. So be ready.
Yeah.
We'll be ready. How are we feeling? Yeah.
You know how he's feeling?
I'm alive. Yeah, I'd be.
Yeah, it'd be.
The only reason I'm coming in is because it's been 3 weeks. I'm like, well, if I'm.
It's been
3 weeks has felt real good.
This eye might melt off today.
Okay.
Or there's going to be a mass pressure relief, and this thing's going to be just.
Yeah.
So we'll have to cut the camera.
This was a thing at the old shop because I used to get crazy sinus infections all the time.
Yeah.
Until I had surgery done.
I thought I had meningitis last night. I saw something on the news. I'm like, that's me.
You would say my face was falling off.
Yeah, your face falls off your head.
Did
Yeah.
Yeah.
It melted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what could I'm trying to think of things that I've heard. I don't know what, like tuberculosis. Could it be tuberculosis?
I don't know if it's going around. And
You said meningitis, sinus infection. What else?
meningitis is back. Man.
Got some long vid going.
Halitosis.
I thought I fought through that.
No.
Appendicitis? You got any more up here than down here?
Yeah.
Tonsillitis.
Arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on it.
I hate rats.
Yeah. We're here in the McLeod Law LLP studios on a beautiful, beautiful day out there.
I got Jack a gift for the spring.
Did you?
Look at his head.
Well, I was going to say.
He's been wearing a stupid Red Sox hat, which is the stupidest thing I've ever
been
seen.
wearing the Yankees hat.
There's
Well, but
no
that's even stupider.
association.
You're not a Yankees nor a Red Sox fan. You're the biggest Penguins fan I know in this country.
Yeah.
You got to start repping some gear. So I got him an old vintage.
It is a vintage
Penguino.
It's cool.
How big of a Penguins fan is he? He was half drunk in Nashville at a pub, like at a hockey talk, and was talking the face off of a former coach's brother.
Yeah, he was flirting with a former coach's sibling.
That was the peak of the trip. Right there. Saw Sid with the cup.
A high bar.
No, yeah. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate
Here,
it.
toss it over just so we can,
Scrolling through his camera reel.
because it's a
Looking at all his Penguins. It's the old school. Huh?
classic. Hey,
Look at the logo on the side, Dino.
Yeah.
The old Penguin. That's the Mario logo there.
not sure I liked those at the time, but you know what?
They've grown on me.
Just
How it is, though, right?
That's how it is.
Old starter lid from the 90s.
Good
She's
you guys,
a beaut.
Frisbee players.
Yeah, look at us.
Love
I got a disc Frisbee golf.
Yeah. You got a setup for the backyard?
No, right at the park. My mom.
Oh, that's unreal.
You guys want to come over?
I'd love to. Tell us when you get well. Maybe June? Weather will be
I'm not
nice.
better.
As you start coming around the corner, you start to turn it
I'm going
around.
to start injecting things.
Yeah.
More things.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm going after it now. I can't handle
Lots
Good.
of syringes and
Yeah.
fluids and all kinds of good
Speaking
things.
of opium dens.
Yeah.
it. I love good opium den.
Well, last night,
Hard to find out.
Very difficult. Seedy. Well hidden.
Shut them all down.
guy's just trying to have fun as he gets older in life.
Come on.
Can't have it. Another point for the Flames.
Hey!
Close call. They're up 3-1 in this bad boy, were they not?
I was yelling at
3-1.
the TV at that point. I was yelling at myself for being sick, and I also yelled at the TV going, what the f are you doing?
We say it all the time, but we're still not giving them enough credit for how incredibly ethical this tank is. Like, they are working their balls off. They
And
lost
that's why-
Kevin Ball in the first period, short on D, working hard, killing penalties like crazy, down 4-on-3 for almost, they nearly killed that thing off.
See, here's the thing. And I only disagree because of how it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't think they know it's a tank.
No, they
Like,
might not.
If it's being done ethically, it means they know what's happening. Like they're in on it, but they're trying to. I get the feeling they're not even trying to tank.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about the players. They're playing their asses off like they're 2 points out of the playoffs.
Unique.
I just think when other teams look at the draft lot and they be like, "Oh, the Canucks were dog shit this year. The Rangers are a mess." Like, you know, the Flames.
And see,
That team's a team that deserves to win a lottery.
I told you yesterday.
He's hurt. He's sick.
I know he is. He can take it. I told Gully, get your boys ready.
Yeah.
You're going to look at the standings like, oh, these guys are horse bleep. Get your guys ready. 3-1, start of the third period. Fellas, what are we doing?
Boom called me. I told you this morning at Skate. Would you listen to your coach? I got great hair. Want to go for a beer? Want a beer? Remember
There were you guys need a beer? There were a few. I mean, remember Backlund kind of had that chance, and then
lift the stick.
Lift the sticks. Like, oh, maybe Backlund's in the tank. Maybe he's in. Perek, he's not in the tank.
No.
Cooley, we know what Cooley's all about. Cannot be trusted.
This guy.
All goalies are always been weird, but this guy's a selfish weirdo.
I'd send him to the minors. This is reprehensible behavior. He's stolen so many points the last month.
Kevin Ball.
Ball.
You know what, guys? I've played about a minute 15. I'm good. You guys got this,
was that ice time?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You guys are good, eh? You can handle it from here. 30 for Ole Mata last night.
What a stud.
Wasn't getting into the lineup a month ago. Congratulations.
And
here's 30 minutes.
It's a short, small sample size.
Yeah.
Is he worse?
No.
They're very different, but like he's a very good third-pair defensive defenseman, and you asked him to play half an hour, and he was fine. He's penalty killing. They're sliding all over, blocking shots.
You're not going to get the. I mean, he's been getting the points, but you're not seeing the egregious, horrible turnovers or.
I
wonders.
don't notice. I would say that this year, and I'm not.
I know.
Weegar was not great.
Yeah,
you had way more. What the are you doing? Weegar moments, and you've had Mata.
100%. Yeah. We just had a couple minors last night. There's one where McDavid is going around like, oh boy, just make sure you get him good because it's a breakaway.
And I'm not
turnstile you.
I'm not trying to.
No, it's an
a great trade.
It's an interesting
point. Trade.
But it's not even the trade side. It's I think it's an eye opener to. Well, we love these guys. They're Calgary.
Yeah,
we can't do without them. These are upper echelon NHL defensemen.
They're going to be. They'll be devastated and destroyed. They'll get one win down the stretch once Weegar and Anderson are gone.
Oh, wait, there's other guys that can play the game.
Well, and
if they're given opportunity, actually excel.
It's the same thing with White Claw.
I know.
Like how much
29-52 for him last night.
Well, and you look behind it, you've got like Jan Kuznetsov. How many games have you played in the NHL?
Played 24 last night. That's got to be a career high.
Zane Perek, how many games have you played in the NHL? Probably under 30. And Hunter Brestevich, you're probably around that same mark. Like, it is two vets that were thrown away by teams because they weren't good enough, quote unquote, and three kids. And that was your 5D you ran with after one Kevin Ball shift, maybe two.
Yeah. Like there's no pouting.
No.
Which again, it's easier to play this way. You don't, it's not how it's going to be moving forward. Got a few games left here. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Play how you play. But this is not how we want business to be run here moving forward. I get all of that. But they have performed far greater than we expected.
Okay, sure. I want to make sure I'm interpreting what you're saying. What don't you want next year?
They talk about culture. No, you can't let the losing seep in the room. That stuff, right?
That's
what you mean or not?
I am in agreement with them if this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they are failing for any other reason than their talent level.
Yeah.
And
they're not failing that much these
days.
Ain't
failing by that exactly.
5-0-1 on the homestand.
And another guy that deserves to be in there, even though he's in the box, was Strome.
He's been great.
He's loving life. He's playing minutes. He's in
game winner against his old club, I believe. Yeah.
Frost and Farabee.
Yeah, they're
not
good.
going to the playoffs either, but
what?
they look like there's no dip in their play.
Yeah, it again, like this is the fool's gold this time of year, so you don't want to try to project the last 20 games into next year. You don't. Right. But it's hard to watch this and say, "Oh yeah, this will be the worst team in the league."
I'll say this though, and you're right. Call it what you want. It's not 20 games for these guys. The outlier might be the start.
Yeah, for sure. It's their worst month of the year.
Right?
Yeah.
If you go back, take away the first 20, and I'm not going
it's
to
probably
do
like 10 to 12. They were awful.
And then they had that stretch, post-Christmas?
They were
real good going into the break.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they were a point out.
Dipped after.
Now, that does not take away from what we've said all along, is that you need high-end elite talent to win Stanley Cups, and that's what we're after. Yeah. Let's not mistake anything here. But I think this...
I'll ask the question. If the lottery balls shined on the Calgary Flames and they got to pick one of the top 2 players, because I think it is 2 in a gap now, and it sort of seems like 3 to 8 is pick your favorite flavor. Where would you expect this team to be in the standings if you had a kid that immediately jumped into this roster next year?
I think you need
versus like, oh, this guy will be here in a year or 2.
You know what?
Not to suggest like push chips in that.
To me,
but just if you added to this group and you have a healthy Hanzik and maybe
the answer to that is
Wolf.
what's going on in net.
Yeah,
is Cooley doing this again next year? Like,
does Wolf get back to something closer to last year? Yeah,
because again, Cooley,
unreal.
We're gonna go all over the place.
Yeah,
2 things.
Yeah,
I think it's massive to get a 1 or 2 guy.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah.
But I think you're still one more piece away.
I agree with that.
I think you have to have. I think, and that doesn't mean you can't hit a home run on the later first round pick.
Totally.
Like, feel free to fill those holes right now.
Like Gritton. Gritton's the end of the first round. Look how good he's been. If you redo the draft, he's probably a top 10 guy in that year.
So it can happen quickly. 2, they're going to get, because Gary's going to look at those and go, "This is how you lose." I don't want a bunch of dusters that just fake it and don't try. These guys are trying. We're going to reward them. They've got a new building, so it's going to happen. I got faith.
There's nothing funnier to me than every single NHL fan is like 100% sure the draft lottery is rigged. And like, it probably isn't, because I don't think they wanted Edmonton to win 4 out of 7. Yeah, but it does. Everyone's got their, no matter what team wins, you can be like, oh, well, this is why Gary's doing it for them.
Detroit
right?
definitely thinks it's rigged.
Mm-hmm.
The Rangers, because the Islanders won it last year.
Right.
They probably think it's
new
rigged.
rig. Look at them. They won it.
But how crazy is it? And am I off in my analysis that Cooley's playing so well that what Wolf has done is almost looked at with, oh, he's not very good?
Totally. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what Wolf's numbers are, but the way Cooley's playing, you're going, oh, Cooley's awesome. Cool. How come you're not playing as good as Cooley?
Yeah. Well, back-to-back starts for him now, I believe. And it feels like it's a platoon, but he's been the better of the 2. And at
that's
the beginning
fine.
of the year, they were afraid to put him in net. They were scared shitless,
Well,
and rightfully so. He was
yes.
awful in the preseason.
Terrible.
I think we talked about it last week, that he's one of the biggest stories of the year for the team.
I would say him, Gritton, and just the emergence of some young guys. But in terms of individual players, it'd be Gritton and him are the 2 biggest stories. And Gritton's only been half a year. Cooley all year has been unreal.
He is the Masterton Award nominee for the Calgary Flames for perseverance. And
it's the Homer J. Simpson Award of Excellence in the Field of Excellence Award. Yes.
Wolf, 22, 27, and 3 is the record. 22 wins, 27 losses, 3 more in extra time. 3.09 goals against, an 895 save percentage. Cooley, 10, 9, and 6.
It's crazy to be over 500. I know the OTs and stuff, but with this team,
a 2.68 goals against and a 911 save percentage. And that's now, he's been in 30 games, started 25. You're getting into that. Okay, that's enough of a sample that we can maybe start.
It's not a small.
It's going to be. It is going to be one of those stories going into next year, right?
It's a great story and a great. It's not even a problem. You got him signed. Play.
And the
Whoever
thing
wants
is,
to play.
They're not paying him to even be a top end platoon guy. They're paying him to be a bottom of the barrel backup at 1.35 the next 2 years or whatever it is. Like, oh my god!
Please don't send me to the minors deal.
Yes, that is. You can't lose on that deal. Kill us, Mike. He's dying. It's nice knowing Red. He was a good man. Jacko. I'm going to pull up the nerd numbers too.
1.35 is the contract over the next 2 seasons.
Like that's what? If he was a free agent, how many teams would be like, maybe this is the next Alex Lyon?
He would be the guy that
right?
will sign a 5-year, $5.5, $6 million.
It's not the same, but like Jack Campbell got what? 5 times 5?
Yeah.
And he had put together 2.5 years, not 1 like Cooley here. But someone would be like, we'll give him 3 times 3, I bet.
Yes. Or 2 times 3.
Like, what did Vladar get? Something in that neighborhood?
Here's a question for you. If you're Cooley, are you going, what an idiot I am?
I don't think so.
I would be.
Well,
effing rights I would be, because I understand it's easy to, well, at the times, I better take this. Absolutely. But if he'd have waited till now, and even if he wanted to re-sign here,
it's probably $2 million.
He's
now.
doubling that.
Yeah.
Vladar got
He's getting 3.
Vladar got a 3.35
for how many years?
Well, that's 2.
Yeah. Like that's probably now. Listen, there's a bigger runway on Vladar, so the body works bigger. That's always going to be the question with Cooley, and it will be this whole offseason. It's like, what do you have? because he looked like
but Cooley would
AHL
be in the absolute driver's seat. I'm sorry, I'm
Yep,
jumping
no, you're
on it
right.
because there are all these teams out there that need a goaltender. Look at this, I'm right in your face. And he would absolutely get $3 million somewhere.
Mhm.
You're telling me what? There's enough teams out there that would be 3. Okay, why not?
We are joking about he's the saboteur or whatever.
Great story.
He's a big reason why they're getting points a lot of these nights. He's making big
Do you know-
stops.
I thought I walked away and you guys were talking about the clips that some of the highlight saves that he made last night. Like he was awesome.
It felt like there was about 6 times in the third period where the crease resembled a rugby scrum, and somehow he was keeping it out. And it wasn't frozen, and stars were jamming away, and it just didn't go in.
He's got that. Remember Marc-Andre Fleury in the cup win against Detroit, where he kind of was tangled up and he had to just kind of dive across like he's like a penguin or something. He's got
making a save.
Cooley's been doing that. He did it again last night. Kind of the only way I'm getting over is if I go forehead first over here. It's a great story. It's a great story. He's the saboteur.
Trade his ass.
A lot of points.
So I'm looking at goals saved above expected, which I think is becoming a little more mainstream.
I love it.
So essentially it is based on the quality of chance. There's an expectation of, okay, this is a goal 20% of the time, half the time.
Yeah, the shot from the blue line that's dumped in should be stopped.
With when there's no screen and, this is a lateral pass and there's traffic with people in the crease. And okay, that's much more likely to be a goal than the clear shot from the point. The crazy thing about what Cooley's done is I'm looking right now, he's 9th in the NHL. And this is not like a average per game stat. This is a cumulative. Each game you're adding or subtracting from your goals saved above or below expected. So despite limited starts, he's a top 10 goalie in the league by how many goals he's stolen, with way less starts than all the guys he's competing against. Like the top of this list is going to be your Vezina candidates, like Thompson, Sorokin, Swayman, Spencer Knight's had a good season, Shesterkin, Vasilevsky, John Gibson was great until the wheels fell off with Detroit in the last month. Jet Greaves, nice year. Wedgwood, great year. Cooley. No one's played less than Cooley on that list. It's incredible.
And I guess just to kind of double back, we'll stop. Geez, we're all over this guy, but his play hasn't deteriorated since Anderson or Weegar left.
No, and
He's
you
been
could
as
argue that with Mata and White Cloud, they've actually
better.
And you've got a better version of Bristevich and Perek and Kuznetsov now, probably, just with how young and new they are.
I think we, again, kissing too much ass here.
It's a little too much.
I don't like it at all, but Conroy has done a damn fine job.
Yeah, and then you mix that in with the 6 first-rounders the next 3 years, the 8 second-rounders, the third-ranked prospect pool. Let's call it top third.
If he just keeps selling guys, he might
pull a rabbit out of the hat.
That's right.
I wonder with all these picks, like let's say you really wanted to get in the top 2 and you're sitting at 5. What would you have to add to 5 to get to pick 2? Is it Vegas' second?
We will
dig the new building.
We will dig into this, but
we'll have lots of time.
What are expectations for these top 2 guys? Are we? Is it because Celebrini wasn't supposed to be as good as Bedard,
right?
And Schaefer was supposed to be
good, but
player,
yeah.
Like I don't know.
We don't.
Am
know.
I getting a Schaefer type scenario?
Yeah, maybe one of these D that they're not one of the top 2. Like you talked, there might be 4 different favorite D men out there. You've got the Chase Reed kid, you got Carroll's, you've got the Latvian Smits that's playing with men, and then Verhov, who's 17, playing college. If you ask 4 different teams, you might get 4 different answers on the best D.
So I don't even know what we were discussing, but I just don't.
You said, what are your expectations be for these top 2 guys?
That's right. Like,
because there does seem to be a gap growing in the public space for scouting.
I think McKenna is wicked good and would be real good in the Flames jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Bedard. Bedard's a great example in Chicago. I think Bedard's awesome, but he's barely got guys that can play with him.
They're starting to come now.
That's coming.
Yeah.
It is. Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like McKenna, I don't think McKenna on his own is a Celebrini.
Right. Celebrini is making everyone around him on the ice better at age 18 and 19. Most guys, they can make an impact in the league, but they're not driving play like he is.
And I'm happy to be wrong. I know nothing about the Stenberg kid other than people say
he's playing with men and scoring at a rate that you haven't seen often out of Sweden.
Incredible rate here. Yeah.
So the comps that I continue to trot out, because it's easier for us to picture a player if you understand their playing style, and they're not perfect. It doesn't mean they're going to turn into these guys, but it's the style of play. Stenberg is a Gensel comp, but from a couple scouting nerds, and Panarin is the McKenna comp. So it's the ultra high IQ. The feet are fine, but not elite. He's not powerful, physical. In the instance of McKenna, doesn't need to be. It's the vision that makes him
so
elite. Whereas a Gensel is like, okay, that's a different type of player, and that's what the Stenberg comp I've seen.
I would rather
sticks
have
in my
the
head
McKenna then, if that's the comparison.
And Gensel's a hell of a player. Like, let's.
And again,
just a comp. Not saying they're going to be there.
And it's is that the universal comp? That's
no, it's one
comp?
guy.
It's
Who
so
was
hard.
drafted first overall before Bedard? Was that back to the COVID bullshit?
It would have
Which is probably
been
what I have.
Slavkovsky and then somebody else.
Okay, and
first.
Slavkovsky's turned into a
Well, and he wasn't the consensus
No.
guy, but had been playing with men,
hard
went to the Olympics.
because of COVID, though, right? There was
Totally. Shane Wright didn't play a game that year, and he was the consensus one at the beginning of the year. The OHL never started. I feel for that guy. He lost a huge development.
So it's hard. All I was trying to do was go back. Like, we're very impressed with Schaefer, of course. We're very impressed with Celebrini. Hard not to be.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with Bedard in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to.
Bedard, if you look at his season, pre-injury, unreal.
Yes.
And then it's been
He was driving the bus by himself.
big
too.
time. And I know when the Olympic rosters are being mulled over, it was like he was one of the top 4 leading Canadians in points in the NHL. It hasn't been that the last 2 months. And maybe that's the injury. Maybe that's Chicago selling at the deadline, or a team that just knows they're out of it, or more young players coming in that aren't NHL ready yet. But he was having an awesome year. Maybe not Celebrini good, but they were right there in points in November, December.
And keep in mind, this Celebrini thing, it's year 2 for him.
Yep.
He didn't break in like Schaefer did.
Right.
Like the Schaefer's been.
Are
Next
your
level
expectations?
stuff,
This is all over the map, but this is great. We're a sports show today.
God, this is exhausting.
So great.
People do this every day.
Are your expectations for Schaefer to be okay? You did this year, you're going to do more next year. I actually feel like there's no way that bus keeps climbing.
I don't know
ahead,
how it can.
right? Like, for F's sake, like, what are we talking about? 100-point defenseman year 2?
I think he's good. He's a guy that's going to get Norris votes the next couple of years. Maybe there's a regression. Or an
I
injury,
think
but
there's got to be regression.
the way he
next year.
skates.
I don't
just
think he's going to be a bad player, but I just don't know that you get every bounce because we don't watch all the Islander games, or actually don't watch any, but just the odds of it are.
Here's an example for you. Dion scores 20 his rookie year, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, never scored 20 again."
There you go.
Now, very different players. I'm not suggesting Schaefer's on the Phaneuf train, but the way he does it are the things that you can't teach.
Yeah, but
like
if he's a guy that
is just so elite,
so he doesn't get 23 or 25, he gets 19 or 17,
sure.
but it's
15
still
goals
all over the game.
Yeah.
like
Then
he's
you
going to
can
get
have
Norris.
impact on how
Yeah.
the games go.
Like he's going to be on the Canadian World Cup team in 2 years. He's going to get Norris votes. Like he's now in
You
that top
trust
10.
those Canadian idiots to make the right decision?
Oh, Doug Armstrong retires,
Joking.
so I
I'm
know.
joking. Jesus. I gotta shut up. Cheap shots. Well, Dean Seymour gave me shit the other day.
Really?
What for? Which cheap shot? There's so
Why you
many.
gotta shit talk Hockey Canada all the time? I'm like, Jesus, just taking a pot shot.
And you know, you talked about it already, and Gridden was kind of the guy we brought up. Maybe you don't move into the top 5, pick 5th or 4th or whatever.
Mhm.
Make those picks count, because we watched a guy again last night, scored his 43rd goal, the overtime winner. That was taken 23rd overall.
Fuck, Dallas is good.
23rd overall in
Robertson at
2021, and he was one of those guys. You look back, I just wanted to get it here, so I had it. In that 2021 season, didn't play. Windsor Spitfire didn't play.
Take a year off, kid.
Played the U18s, just didn't play. It was kind of a lost season. It's
Yeah.
like, well, we think, is he good? Well, last time we saw him, yeah, he had 12 goals and 30 points in 53 games getting into the OHL. He's pretty all right, yeah. 23rd overall, 40 goal man. And it doesn't look like he's
Leading the NHL in power play.
Yeah,
goals,
it's-
And
stud.
he set Cooley up on that.
That's an
winning goal.
incredible move.
it is
Everyone
unbelievable.
thinks he's going the other way.
Wow, because he'd done it twice before.
Okay.
And now, and the third time, he's like, now this donkey goalie thinks I'm going across again. No,
It's
no.
the old rope-a-dope.
The old hoop-de-doo.
The old fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame
Yeah.
on. Don't be fooling people.
It's a heck of a goal.
Old saboteur got cocky.
He did.
I got this.
No, he was all right.
Oh,
Let's go to the Insider Hotline. Presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Their mission, to be the guardians of your home's mechanical heart. Solution for all budgets, including financing, affordable payment plans. Crystal Waters. Can't say enough about them. I don't know. I can't find that message. But yeah, somebody reached out kind of direct. He's like, dude, I'm paraphrasing. He's like, you nailed it. Something happened in the house, needed help in a hurry. You say it all the time. First thing pops in your head, Crystal Waters. Okay. Crystal Waters, found it. Boom. They were there in no time, fixed it, done. Everything's working better now than it was in the first place.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. CrystalClearCalgary.com. Jamie McKenna
Noodles
joins us on the insider hotline for Crystal Waters.
Look at this guy.
What's up? How you doing? What's that?
Where are you? I see a picture of is that the Washington or the Presidents go in? That picture on the wall?
I'm in Ottawa. I did the game last night. I'm doing the game tomorrow. I ended up just staying because I just had too much on my plate.
Couple meetings down at Fairfax.
Yeah, hot date.
Fairfax. I haven't been there in a million years.
They're missing you.
More.
The hell they
Just
done
pop
to you?
in, say hi. It's the same crew.
Probably.
Oy.
They gave me a free tie once. I wore it to the game. Coach Lindy Ruff loved it.
Of course we did. Free tie. I was listening earlier how you always crap talk everybody. Are you in trouble with everybody?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you crap talking this and crap talking that, right?
You take these little shots at people and they take it personal. I don't know. I can't figure
It's weird. Yeah.
Like
Have you ever been sick for 3 weeks?
Me?
You had meningitis.
I had meningitis. I had bacterial meningitis.
That wasn't fun.
Yes, I had to reteach myself to walk, all that fun
Jesus
stuff. It was
Christ.
not fun. So, yeah, I would say being in intensive care for a couple of weeks and all of that. Yeah, I've been sick for a couple of weeks. But outside of that, I'm fine.
I've had a cold for 3 weeks. I can't kick it.
Why? It's because you're starving yourself and you're not taking care.
Can you kick it?
Yes, you can.
You know what it is? You take some Buckley's. Buckley's is heavy, man. They're good.
It works.
It works.
It tastes. What's the slogan they got?
Tastes like crap, but it works.
Yes, it tastes awful, but it works. That's their slogan.
There you go.
Awful taste, it works, but it does work. Especially in the broadcasting business, like when you need your throat and your voice and that, Buckley's is pretty solid.
Really?
I live on Fisherman Friends, though.
Those are
I'm
good
always
too.
taking them because your throat is.
Now, my buddy Wilm played in Finland,
Yeah.
and he said all the Finns would take the Fisherman's Friends and put them in the vodka, and that was their drink. And sounds disgusting. But did Kipper do that?
Orange flavor? No, I don't know what. Kipper put cranberry in his vodka.
Not a bad move.
I don't know outside of that. There was always a vodka cranberry.
Can we ask you a goalie question?
Yes.
We just spent the last half hour fawning over our backup goalie, whether he's our backup or not. You could maybe debate right now. If Cooley signed early, we didn't think he should even be on the team after what?
Preseason was awful.
was terrible. Signs the extension 1.35. If he'd have waited, what's he making today? Are there teams out there that would take a stab at him, or is it too small a sample?
Too small of a sample size for me, because what'll happen is Brandon Bussey, you look at it, there might be a market correction at some point.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe, now I'm not saying he's not an NHL goaltender. I think he's an NHL goaltender, and he's had an unbelievable season. He's a high energy guy. You know, I think from a media standpoint, people can't wait to get a microphone in front of him because you never know what the hell he's going to say. But I look at it, is there going to be a market correction on him? Because everything that he's done this year has been kind of perfect. He's had a great season. You look at statistically. But if somebody goes, hey, we're going to give you $4.5 million a year on a 4-year deal, and they ask him to play 50 games or 47 or whatever, that's where I get concerned about it. I'd like to see more. Can he do it again? Can he follow it up with another season? Keep in mind, I'm saying this Dustin Wolf's the better goaltender. Dustin Wolf's the star goaltender.
Well, he better start playing like it then.
Yeah, but the team's not very good. Like, that's the other thing. The team is not. That's not an all-star team playing in front of them. They are trying to get to. They're not going to catch Vancouver, but they can catch. They could be second, correct?
Yeah, Chicago's right behind them, and
right.
They keep picking up points.
My point
Cooley
being,
stealing them.
Understand the situation of where you are, but that doesn't say that he's not a very good goaltender on a very good contract, which is exactly Again, another little find here, Craig Conroy, and a nifty little, signing to keep him in the mix on a value contract that if you decide that you want to move away from him, there'd be some great currency to trade him. But again, I always say, and it's not buyer beware, but let's see him follow it up with another season. If he gives us a sample size of how many games played, I don't have it in front of me.
He only had 6 before this year, and he's probably around 25, 30. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, I think it was 25, 20. Yeah.
So let's call it 31 NHL games to 35.
Give me 100, 150 games.
So that's another 2 seasons. Yeah.
What he's like. And then you go, we got a starter on our hands. We've got a tandem, a 1A, a 1B, or a clear 2.
Yeah.
And then once you establish what he is, there's your price point for him.
Yeah.
But again, what you're saying throughout the league with teams that have had struggles with their goaltenders, it's the shiny, hey, well, look at what Calgary's got. But then if you place them in different team, different setting, different expectations, then, it either takes off or there's a market reset on him. So I like where he is at right now. Keep in mind, I'll give you just a very little sample size. Linus Ullmark this year has his struggles, leaves the team. Okay. Last year, Levi Marilainen, 23-year-old Finnish goaltender, very skilled, very calm in the net. I believe was 8-3 with 3 shutouts. They go, okay, you go play the next 12 games straight for our team. Struggles, right? Doesn't have a safety blanket sitting on the bench that on a given night or he needs a couple days off. It's like you're playing every second night for the next 6 weeks. Can you do it? He didn't do it because he's a young kid still learning his craft. So again, it's the situation you're placed in, whether you can have success or not. I knew for me as a backup, I could give you short-term minutes. I could give you six games straight, maybe 8, maybe 10, but I was never giving you that 11th or 12th, whatever was needed. Like I knew my wheelhouse. Cooley is still figuring out what he is at the NHL level. And that's why the tandem works, because Wolf is there and Wolf is still learning. So I'd like to see them play together one more year as the team turns the corner to try and get better and rebuild and all of that type of stuff. So perfect situation for him right now. He's in a win-win situation.
Do we want to talk about the league or the Flames?
What's wrong with
whatever excites
I got a
you.
league one for you. So it's another week, and another GM and another coach have been gunned here. Tom Fitzgerald in Jersey. Why hasn't it worked there? Is this about Nashville, or is this about this team not getting over the hump with what looks like a good roster? And then obviously a thought on a late arrival of DeBoer into the island with 4 games left, all at home, and they've got like a 3-day practice session before he gets behind the bench.
Let me ask you that is this, and I think it's going to get to my answer. Did the Vegas Golden Knights do something to the league? And what I mean by that is they have been cutthroat since the second they stepped into this league. It's like make the finals.
Even before, right? When they were setting up the expansion draft and how they manipulated teams.
I mean, you are looking at an organization that says win at all costs, or we're going to try every year to do this. So I don't know if you're an owner and you're sitting there going, this team won a cup in year 6. This team's been to the finals. This team, great coaches, got to go. Great players, got to go. Like, it's like, has there been some sort of an effect or at least an expectation now with other organizations going, we're not as, what's the word where you're loyal. We're not as, this is a business and we're going to treat it as so, because I feel like, and I don't know if Vegas has caused all this. We kind of joked. We had Kelly McCrimmon on our show and kind of joked about it. I think he took umbrage to it, but it's like, you look at it, Vegas is not shy to swing and make big moves. So I look at the organizations going, the owner going, why didn't you make the playoffs? So these guys there, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And there's changes left and right. And it might come back to expectation level internally that's been set.
Money. Not everyone has. Well, I'm going to ask. I don't know because I don't live in that world at all. Owner has to be willing to chew the money.
Yeah,
100%.
2 years on Pat.
Do you
Watt,
make enough money in your organization? Like Buffalo can't chew 2-3 million. Well, they can if the owner chooses to do that. But that's more. Yeah, but that you're right. You're right. And I think all the owners could choose to do that just based on their own personal wealth. But are some of the franchises financially stable enough to do that? I don't know. And as the ownership, I think that's the biggest piece, isn't it?
You're right, because I'll give an example. Now, again, I'm coming back to Vegas. McCrimmon said, like, our team, needed something. They needed a jolt. So he's probably verbalizing that to the owner, and the owner's saying, well, what would jolt? Well, you can't fire the players, but I can certainly fire the coach, but you're going to have to chew on $4.5 million, or whatever Bruce Cassidy makes. And then we got to spend it on the new guy coming in. And, so it's, you're right. It comes back to money. And a lot of times the owner will go, well, you're the guy that put this in place. You fix it and stay on budget. So I do think the commitment to, we'll call it disposable income, it does factor in, because you do have to have the owner's blessing to go, hey, it's not working out here, and this is the fix we see in the short term, and we're going to do this. And the owner goes, yeah, I'll write that check. And I agree, Rhett. Like, a lot of teams work on an internal cap and go, we're not going to spend that money. We're not going to. You look at other teams that have money that go, yeah, we can have 5 one-way contracts in the minors, guys making $900. Other teams are like, that's a no-fly zone. Are you crazy? Why would we spend $4.5 or $5 million for players to not play on our team?
The other thing Vegas has done, just to jump in and then we can pivot, because people get tired of us talking about Vegas, but the one thing that they've done, it's not been, well, we're firing our coach and we're going to elevate our assistant and interim basis. He has gone out because there's been a stud out in the mix. Mm-hmm. Gerard, we're going to get Cassidy. We're getting DeBoer, because DeBoer, he would not ordinarily be available. We go get Tortorella. Like, there's no, we're just making a change. It's this guy. And now Torts is 4-0. It's only 4 games. But I can imagine sometimes it's not because Cassidy is a bad coach or anything else. We just need a shakeup.
Well, that was Jim Montgomery in St. Louis last year.
That's just how you can do it.
That's a great point, Pinder. Doug Armstrong actually said, I went and got him because I never thought he'd be available.
Yeah. And that had to be what the Islanders are thinking. Like, if we wait till the summer, we're bidding with 5 teams. Like, A, there's a chance we can get in, and B, let's not wait for this to get more crowded and more expensive. Let's do it now. I
agree, because you're bidding with maybe the Toronto Maple Leafs, who have unlimited money, and maybe you're bidding with other teams. Mm-hmm. I think that you have to look at every organization's situation isolated, because the Islanders don't match what was going on in Vegas.
Right.
So it didn't happen. And in New Jersey, that's a different story. Whereas I think Tom Fitzgerald had a great start early on in his tenure there with Jersey. And then I think the expectations are high, and now they're falling short. And the owner probably saw enough there at saying, again, maybe he's having conversations with other teams, or he's looking at going, well, look at what the Islanders just did, or look at what Vegas just did. Mm-hmm. I need to be more proactive in my business here. So it speaks to more the league is heading, and I'm saying thin wise, but like the NFL's cutthroat. The NBA, it's like the players go, I'm going there and that. The NHL has never kind of leaked into that, but you can see a little bit now. It's a bigger money business. But again, it comes back to what you said, Rhett. The owners have to be able to chew on money whether you admit a mistake or you admit that change needs to happen, and it's going to cost money to do that. And, it'll be fascinating theater for me and for us to sit and watch with all these organizations. I live in Toronto, man. That's going to be fascinating to see what happens in that market with the Keith Pelly hiring Neil Grasberg, now to go out and try and find a GM, president, search, whatever it is. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
The other thing, like this, yes, Vegas has taken it to another level, but wasn't it like Robbie Ftorek in the Devils? There was like 10 games left and they went on to like the cup final or win. Like, it isn't unprecedented, but it is a reminder that the stakes are so high in the playoffs. Like you budget on a regular season and everything you make in the playoffs is gravy for the owner. And they're like, shit, if we can swing the percentages a couple points our way, we have to do that for the chance of making tens of millions of dollars. If
Yeah. And you know what? And it was Lou Lamoriello that made that move.
Yeah.
He was not worried about getting fired.
True.
Yeah. And I don't know if Kelly McCrimmon, like he probably feels like I can. Not a lot of GMs are going to have. Sorry, James. I'm just going to say, like Matthew Darsh, maybe pretty ballsy.
Yep.
No, and the other thing you throw in, the league is wide open. Like Florida's not in the mix now. There's going to be a new Stanley Cup champion. So you're looking at it, if you're the Islanders going, okay, coach is available. Maybe we need a little bit of a jolt here. The players have all come out and said that they're disappointed. Vegas is looking at the Pacific and going, if we can get a save, maybe we can come out of the Pacific. That gives us 2 rounds. And it goes hand in hand. New coach. Well, guess what? Carter Hart's back. And Carter Hart's their best goaltender. And, he looked good against Edmonton the other day. I could have been in a lawn chair last night against Vancouver. By the time I got to that
11
game,
shots.
within the third period, he had 9. What did they end up with, 11?
11 is the total I saw at the end.
9 when I turned it off because I was like, this guy literally could have been laying there in a lawn chair the rest of the game.
The difference between the Flames and the Canucks is staggering.
Yes.
Staggering
Because I've said this and I remember I coined it, the dignified tank as opposed to the tank, which is just a mess.
Yeah.
And
they don't care.
Calgary's team does not cheat you for effort. They make every team that they play against earn that win that night.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know when we talked and Calgary had gotten points in 5 and you're like, what the hell are they doing? And all of that. But that's great coaching. That's a culture. That's a system. What they need to do is continue to plug really good players into that culture, into that system.
What they need is a frickin' lottery ball to fall in their lap. It is what it is. The system is designed how it's designed.
They're going to get a really good player here.
Yeah.
Is McKenna? Is he the clear-cut number 1? Like, are we?
We sort of were talking today.
Like,
there's 2 guys that I think, no matter who you ask, they're going to be above the rest, and that's Stenberg and McKenna. I do think McKenna's a 1, but it certainly wouldn't be a consensus. But what he's done coming out of the World Juniors and that incident off ice, like he set the NCAA on fire.
Yeah.
I'm taking McKenna, but I still think if the Flames got him, awesome. I still think he's another piece away from.
Oh yeah. Like I in this draft, I think there's going to be some great players, but they're not generational, right? But the difference is there's still building blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you guys that prospects game. I saw that Carson Carls play.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was awesome.
He's awesome. I talked to Jimmy Playfair about him. Unbelievable. 73
points in 58 games as a D-man with Prince George, like elite
stuff.
Who
he reminded me of was Zach Werenski, the way he skated.
Wow.
And, again, which was unbelievable. But the guy had 4 assists in a prospects game, and he controlled the play the whole night. And I was like, because again, Junior and me, I'm too busy to watch Junior, and I just happened to be live to watch it. So I asked a few scout buddies that I were there that night that I played with. And I said, that guy's good. And he said, top 5 pick, may slide to 5, but could get as high as 2 or 3, depending on who likes him, who values him.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember thinking they're going to get a hell of a player right at that pick. So Calgary is going to get a hell of a player. And it's another building block to what Connie's doing. He's going to have picks and prospects to maybe grab other team. Other team might be, there might be a Dylan Cousins deal there for them, the 20, something like that, right? To help accelerate, the process along. They've got the goaltending tandem for the next year or 2, if they believe that that's the, they got the coach. I think Calgary is poised to do some good things in the next couple of years. And Connie's, the staff's done a great job. Like, I've been thoroughly impressed. And I know it hasn't been an easy road for them. We talked about it, after the Donnie Maloney press conference. Like, that's the TSN turning point for me, or whatever turning point.
Well, we could also apologize to Don, because we are now – I don't like how it was delivered. I'm not –
right.
But we're praising them for their culture and work ethic.
It's
Yes,
one thing to
which
say
is what
culture.
he was trying to,
Yeah.
I think, get across. He said it all. He muddied the water. But
You're right, though.
We were still right because our point was you can still make the moves you need to make and maintain culture.
we can
Right.
both be right.
And
I think we were more right.
I'm with Dean.
well, in the end, Donnie was more right because he just didn't articulate exactly what they were trying to do. And lost in all of this, I think their message was you can't.
I don't want Vancouver.
No, but they executed exactly what they needed to do this year.
Yes.
And now you got to finish it off by getting up either the 1 or 2 or whatever. But they didn't have to say that back in, when it was that, November or whatever.
They were in Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, going, if you had a crystal ball, they've executed exactly what they've planned to do all along. They just didn't tell us. They just said, just
They just did the opposite of what they said in front of the camera.
And now that I think of in my own brain, it's all over the map. Two other, I don't know where we want to go because we could talk about. You get rid of Weegar, you get rid of Anderson. They're pieces that were integral to this team.
Yeah,
and are not missed at all.
White Cloud Mata.
Like, I don't know if that's Conroy doing an amazing job picking up pieces that nobody saw as to be capable of doing what they're doing, or if it's a indication that you can fall in love with guys and you don't need to. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you get ingrained in the team and we're part of
we can't live without.
Can't survive without.
Yeah.
So that seems just fine.
You know, it comes back to culture, coaching, systematic play. So I've witnessed it a lot here in Ottawa because, Travis Green has had defensemen that never played, called up. Cameron Crotty, a 26-year-old defenseman who's played 2 career games on 2 different organizations. All of a sudden, he's playing 16 minutes for Travis Green. It's the culture you build, but it's also the systematic play and how he calls it plug and play. So you're right. You take Erasmus Anderson out, really good player. Kenzie Weegar, you take them out, really good players. And you bring in, Ole Mata and say, this is how we play, Ole. You can skate. This is how we move the puck. This is how we support. Yes, we've got good goaltending. So it speaks to, yes, you can live without those players, but to get to the next level consistently, you're going to need to upgrade in those positions. And that's going to happen through draft, developing, through trades, trading prospects, all of that type of stuff. So you're right, Rhett. You can, there is life without these players. But it speaks to the culture and the systematic. I come back to the coach. The coach has done an unbelievable job.
He has.
Working with what he has. And to me, it speaks to like, this guy wants to win every night, and it doesn't matter who Connie puts in front of him. He demands a standard, and the standard is hard work, systematic play. We might not win that night, but we're not handing free points away here. I mean, they've had the one stinker. Where was that? Colorado.
Colorado was the
whatever. It's an
like that's the thing. They keep teams honest. If you're getting 2 points tonight, there's a good chance you're going to outskill us. Our goalie's going to keep us in it, but you're going to have to work a bit.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
How good is Ottawa? And
good.
You just said it. Their top defenseman, stud defenseman,
a bunch of them
out. Goaltending, horse bleep for a large portion of the season, and they're
pace like 100 points.
Sanderson back, which is
big.
Huge. But
are they a cup
too,
contender that is almost? It's almost like, can they squeak in, or are they now making a statement to the rest of that conference, going, "Look the f out, because here we come."
I've said this all along. I've said it on the show. I've always felt that Ottawa was the best team outside the playoff picture. And now they've pushed into the playoff picture, and they can be dangerous.
What happened last night, James? Like 6-2 against the Lightning. That's a statement game, is it not?
It was 1-1 going in the third.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now Tampa didn't have Hagel. Tampa didn't have Cirelli.
Just in Buffalo.
Tampa didn't have
Hedman.
So they're missing stuff. And they started their backup, Jerry Johansson. And
what a name.
No, it's Jonas Johansson.
No, we like Jerry. We're gonna
I
stick
love
with that.
Jerry's so much better.
Jerry's the agent.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the point being, Ottawa, they're a dangerous team because when they get to their game, Travis Green always says this in his media. When we get to our game, we like how we play. They are systematically really strong. They check in all three zones. They're physical, they're fast, and they're skilled now. And you throw in, yes, they were missing Thomas Chabot, Jake Sanderson, Nick Jensen. I mean, Tyler Clevin. Those are four of their top 4D. I guess Artem Zub would be in that. Top 5. But Sanderson comes back. He's an absolute, he's going to, I say this, I think he's going to win a Norris at some point. He's that good of a player. I remember Travis telling me that this guy cared more about checking than he did about the offensive game. And when he put the two together, it's going to be another level. The only comparison I have for him, and I know it's unfair, he reminds me so much of Scott Niedermayer. How he can control a game, how his skating is effortless, and now he realizes how good he is. I see him turn the corner and cut to the net now.
That play on that drive to the net?
Yeah. It's not, you don't have Rhett Warner there with a 2x4 that's going to cross-check you in the chin. That's not as dangerous a spot anymore as it used to be. So these guys go there. Brady Tkachuk is a beast. Tim Stützle is a superstar. Like, he's found another level. He had 90 points a couple years ago as a 20-year-old, I think 21-year-old.
Yeah.
But he knows how good he is, and he's got some German bite to his game. He's got some Draisaitl in him. Like, he's involved physically, and he's in there. And they've got a team. This Dylan Cousins is
Ridley Gregg.
Dude, down in the middle, you go Stützle, Cousins, Pinto, Gregg. Like, there's not a lot of teams that can roll 4 centers like that.
No, and they've found because Lars Eller's there that they pushed Gregg to the wing.
Another center.
They've got depth there. And what they did, sneaky little move, but like Fogle, what they did is they had David Perron there, 37-year-old winger, good shooter, good on the power play and that. But they brought in a natural penalty killer. Mm-hmm. Fogle, who's a great skater, heavy, straight line player, and he can score. So they've just sneaky little moves.
The other one's Jordan Spence. Noodles. Yeah. I want you to talk about him because they are missing him big time in LA. They went and paid Cody Ceci, who still isn't good, and gave away Jordan Spence, who's making peanuts. And that one move alone might be the difference between LA making and not making the playoffs. They are so slow on the back end once you get behind like Brant Clark.
Yeah, that Spence is a player. He's a great skater. Now, here's a prime example of what we're talking about. It took Spence a while to learn how to play in Travis Green's system and to earn the coach's trust. Because early on, Spence had there was 4 or 5 games where Ottawa should be higher in the standings, where they gave at least a point away at the end of the game. Anders Lee pushed Spence off the puck. I think it was in October. One-on-one battle, pushed him off, went in and scored. That was with like a minute left in the game. Tyler Clevin made a mistake in Dallas. They gave away a point with 28 seconds left, a tie game, or they end up losing instead of getting they've done that like 4 or 5 times this year. But the young players have found another level. Spence is playing with a lot of confidence. He's a really great skater, and he's learned how to now check because of Travis Green and his group. So he's a well-rounded defenseman. And he's a top 4 guy, and they've got to find a top 4 spot for him. They will. They've got some depth there, and that they've got this Yakimchuk kid who's up. Unfortunately, got injured. He looks good. He looks like he's going to be a player. So they've got some things there. So Rhett, coming back to your answer or your question, I think they can make some noise in the playoffs if they sneak in and they get the goals.
Big saves.
I said it 2 days ago. I was watching that game against Carolina. The Hurricanes were underwater at times against the Senators. They were just all over them.
Yeah, they're fast.
That's what Carolina does to teams.
Hard, and that's exactly Rod Brindamore. There's a way that Carolina plays, and if Carolina has a kryptonite, because it's Ottawa plays the same way,
just bigger,
and they got not separating skill, because I think Aho Svechnikov, the little guy they got from Dallas,
Stankoven,
Stankoven. Like they've got some skill there. Taylor Hall's still playing, pretty high level hockey. But Taylor Hall came out after the game and said he said about Ottawa, he goes, that team's dangerous.
Let's take a look at those standings. We got it. Do you have some? You're in Canada. Where do you have nothing going on?
Fairfax. When are they open?
What do you got going on?
No, I've got to make my peanut butter sandwich. That's it.
Okay, so we'll keep you for just a couple more minutes. There's a look at it. The games played are pretty much equal at the bottom of the screen. Islanders, Detroit, Columbus, Ottawa, Boston. I don't know feel like Boston's there. Montreal has been on an incredible run, Harry, and they're in that. They're gonna
tied. Look at that,
right?
Atlantic, 3 teams at 102.
Crazy.
That was the game last night. Tampa loses to the Senators. That was kind of their game in hand against Buffalo.
Tampa plays Montreal tomorrow.
Oh, baby.
In Montreal.
Yes.
Can I ask, you look at some of these teams, and maybe out west even more so, like LA, but there's been games where you're like, these are must-win scenarios, and it doesn't feel like
they can't get to the level.
Is it too much hockey?
The schedule. Like
that's what it is, right?
You're going, it's a must win. I don't know how many times I've said on my broadcast, must win, and they just don't have the legs. They're trying to get there. It's not that the guys are not trying and they're not.
They recognize it.
Just don't have it. I looked last week. I did the Tampa game in the afternoon, and Reimer played. Tampa beats Ottawa. Then they got a couple of days off, and then Florida woodsheds them. It's 5-0 in the first period, and I'm thinking, okay, these guys care. They just didn't have it that night. So I kept saying, it's got to, must win game. Every game for these players at the bottom of the standings there. Philadelphia, Ottawa, Columbus, Detroit, the Islanders, they've been playing must-win games for a month and a half now.
Since the Olympics,
Yeah, so it's I feel bad. The team I feel bad for the most right now, and I have no allegiance to any of them, but it was Detroit. Detroit, we ran a board last night. January 24th, they were first in the Atlantic.
12 points clear, I think. Yeah.
First place. They are now 3 points back?
Gibson?
I don't know. The other thing we ran was in the last 2 years, this is the third year, their March and April have come off a cliff.
Yeah.
They're doing it again this year. So that's 3 years in a row that the team has fallen off a cliff to the point where they've out on the outside looking in as opposed to being solidly in a playoff spot. So I don't think it's just Gibson. I think it's just, the players either dry up at the wrong time.
It's Iggy in October. You just can't play. It's shits.
Hey, hold on. Iggy, the year he got 50, he went to the Olympic camp in August and hit the ground running. So that's what it was.
Finally, he was doing something in the summer. Usually he just takes it off and floats around on his butt.
I trained with Iggy in the summer. The guy's an animal. You know that.
Yeah, Rhett was the hard work in the summer.
See, this is the stuff I get in trouble for.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that about our good friend, our dear friend Jerome.
So
what happens is that'll be a caption, and somebody will say, "Rhett says this."
Aginla, lazy, Warner on barn burner.
Yeah, if anybody in Iggy's scope or whatever was lazy, it would probably be the guy right here.
I was thinking about the two of us yesterday because I love you. And I said, I don't know if there's two guys that benefited more from good goaltending for a career extension. Like you're hell of a player, great teammate.
Yeah.
Got it with the right goalies.
Fuhr, Luongo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kipper,
Coattails, baby.
Beezer, Hasek, Kiprusoff. Yeah, if I don't play with those guys,
listen, it's a special talent to be buddies with those guys. That's what it is. You have to
catalyst guys. That's who you are. Making people around you better.
You got to be
gotta make them feel. You know what? They never felt that threatened. I guess, James. Is that what it comes?
They knew that the safety blanket over there just wanted to lay there and watch the game and break it down in my mind, but not do it physically. That's what it was.
You really got Jack earlier with your Jerry Johansson. He really enjoyed that. And I don't know if we were talking, but we stepped all over the laugh, and that's mean of us to do. Have you been working on Dan the Man? Start spreading the muse. We're still trying to think of things because the Pittsburgh Penguins, James, the Penguins Flyers round 1. We are all on board for this.
That'll be like, if you looked at it, just the matchups alone would be unbelievable if the playoffs started today. And that Philly Pittsburgh, that would break open that rivalry.
Yes,
a bloodbath. Drew and like, remember, it wasn't that the goaltending was no good? Wasn't that
terrible goaltending?
And Briz, like 10-8 the games were crazy.
Jeez.
But I think of that. I don't know, Dan the Man. Like, I think we got to stick with that. I
agree. You were hard on us last week, but it's the move, and we're going to need your vote because we have a lot of Dan the Man futures to win the Jack Adams. No one was expected to be worse than Pittsburgh, so we need your vote, and just that's that.
Do you think that because I'm concerned that
Ruff's the favorite.
You think Lindy Ruff?
He is. I look at the odds every day. He's like minus 200 to win this thing.
But
Pittsburgh is supposed to be worse than Buffalo.
Would Rick Tocchet not get love? Would Travis Green not get love?
It's Cooper, Bednar, Ruff, and Dan the Man.
I'm glad that Cooper and Bednar are at the top because sometimes we overthink this.
Always. It's always a team that overachieved that wasn't supposed to be good. It's almost never a President's Trophy winning.
I vote, and I am going to dive in and look throughout the whole league.
Dan the Man.
And I also make sure that, I want to, I don't want it to be the sexy new toy. That's the problem. That's the shiny new toy. The new coach bump. What it is it should be Cooper and Bednar, and then somebody else.
Ruff has to be in there.
Yeah, Ruff has to be
Ruff's
there. And
favorite.
And we don't get too deep, but when Dan Muse was hired, it was like, ooh, boy. The Penguins are no good. Where are they trading Crosby? This has got to be Malkin's last year.
How do they get rid of that Carlson deal?
And
they've been unreal. Way better than the same team under Sullivan last year.
I don't mind thinking outside the box, a progressive guy. Again, I don't know his pathway to the National Hockey League, but he's not. They didn't just pull him. I'll give you an example. Somebody said to me the other day, Marty St. Louis went from coaching 13-year-olds in the NHL.
Bantam to the
I was waiting for Connie to call, but it just I don't know.
He's great with 13-year-olds. He's coached a ton of the 13-year-old teams. What the hell,
I always
Connie?
say this though, Hall of Fame people can figure stuff out. And Marty's a smart guy. And to me, him being a coach, I always thought, okay, that's going to be a short-term thing. And he's done a really good job there. And he's got a lot out of those players because I think his mindset works well with those guys. Yeah. Talent. Yeah.
Can we bog you for one more thing that's
what do you need?
A little more important than the BS we're talking about? Well, It was a March Madness. You're a big hoops guy.
Really?
We've got the chocolate bracket.
That's right.
I know you love treats. And you're in Ottawa. Sean Donovan's probably there just smashing chocolate bars.
Ooh.
He loved chocolate bars.
The guys who are in best shape ate the worst. That's the crazy.
Not fair.
Damon Lankow could eat McDonald's every day of his life and be 5% body fat. It was ridiculous.
It's true as well.
Yeah.
I still think he's Jack.
I would look at a Big Mac and I'd look like Professor Clump. What's that? Remember Eddie Murphy?
The Nutty Professor.
The Nutty Professor. Exactly.
What I love is your movie references.
Yeah.
They like us are getting a little bit older.
Rusty.
What year would the Clump? What year is that movie?
I don't know. It's
that feels like that's a new movie for us. Well, that came a couple years ago. It's probably about 30 years ago.
I tried to get the kids to watch The Mask. Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah,
What is this garbage?
Yeah.
1996, The Nutty Professor.
There we go.
So funny.
30 years.
Wasn't there a second one, though? Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah,
when it's that good.
2000, 4 years later.
Yeah.
Right? You've unlocked the,
It was this millennia. That's recent.
Then I'm not Professor Clump then. I'll tell you. I'll have to find something a near. Okay, so where are we at?
Well, we're in the Final Four. Look at this.
I can't believe Coffee Chris made it that far.
What a run.
They're a big fan favorite here in Calgary.
Huge out here.
Reese is probably going to take it home, I would think.
Well, they're the number one.
Defending
They
champs.
won last time.
Jack is shaking his head.
so
I
mad.
can't believe it.
Is there any, if you can, they're hard to see, but if you went back, is there any that you think that should have moved on, or you would have?
Wonder Bar got jammed up because Kit Kat's so good.
It's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
I'll say this: it feels like if Kit Kat,
Arrow's lazy, like that shouldn't have been on that. Like Arrow's a lazy. Hey, let's
bad work ethic.
Chocolate with bubbles in it. Yeah.
Alex Semin, what's what we got there?
I feel like if Kit Kat doesn't take down Reese.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great match. That's a heavyweight matchup.
Yeah.
Coffee Crisp and O. Henry, like, I don't know. O. Henry always, to me, I felt that Crunchy should get a little bit of love because O. Henry always looks like a dump. If you take it right out of if you take it right out of the wrapper and you put it on the counter, it looks like somebody took a dump on the calendar. So Rolo, I don't know why Score didn't get enough love.
I'm with
tough
you.
matchup with Twix. I know.
I'm with you.
I mean, there's some great ones there. Crunchy, I really love. O. Henry, I get it. Mars Bars, I don't know. I'm fine. I could leave them. Mr. Big and O. Henry, they're kind of the same for me. I like anything with caramel in it. So Rolo and caramel. Coffee Crisp, it's just a traditional. I feel like that people would have that with drinking tea in the afternoon.
Totally. Yeah.
Crisp,
Crumpets and tea and coffee crisps.
Coffee Crisp. It's just Reese and Kit Kat is a heavyweight matchup. They should be against each other in the finals, not with the.
Yeah. It's like Dallas and Colorado.
Stinking Bettman with his goddamn playoff format.
Right now, the Pacific Division is Coffee Crisp and O. Henry.
The pillow fight.
That's right.
A couple good teams, but Reese and Kit Kat's the central. That's the central right there.
But he likes Reese because he's going to make himself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, PB.
No jelly, just peanut butter.
Oh, sorry. Oh, even more.
And you know what? It's you went that way. I have one last thing. We're really keeping you here today. I saw you having a sip there of your soda. I need Jamie McLennan's top 5 sodas.
Oh.
We know that you like the Cove and that
Loves
sort of
the
thing,
Cove.
but if you're going to a convenience store and you're on a road trip or whatever, and you're grabbing a pop, what are the top 5 pops for Noodles?
So Diet Coke came out with an orange cream, and it was like a it's a novelty thing. I loved it.
Diet Coke orange cream?
It kind of like I bought a few cases of it and then went away, and I was so mad but I do love Cove. I love Zevia. Those are the two that I really enjoy. But a Dr. Pepper, I'll take a Diet Dr. Pepper, and then
Good Doc.
You know what? Sunkiss too, like a Diet.
Wow.
Yeah.
So but not Orange Crush. Are you label specific?
Orange Crush, like I don't drink a lot of just mainstream pop, like because the calories in it. So I like a diet pop. It's probably terrible for me.
They have zero sugar Crush now.
Oh, I haven't seen that. It might not have made it out my direction.
Made it in our house. I saw the other day.
They would be on my top 5, but yeah. And I go back to an old school one that I used to drink a lot of. And then I'll still enjoy it if I am at a buddy's house with a vodka is Fresca.
Fresca's an underrated drink.
I always loved a Fresca. Vodka Fresca was
kind of
I enjoyed that.
A grapefruit kind of deal that's not bitter. It's kind of nice.
Citrusy.
You remind me of my buddy Scotty Mallow in Red Deer. He was a fan. He would buy the strawberry flavored milk.
Oh,
like, this is so gross. Where you like your orange. I'm not big orange. You like the orange foam Diet Coke. You like the Sunkissed. You like.
I'm a pretty plain. Like I say, I have my celebration mix. I like peanuts. And you know what I've found recently? These are unbelievable.
They are
I watched
unbelievable.
some of those the other day.
They are unbelievable.
So many free plugs.
Love those.
It's possible that they're a Calgary company.
It's a Canadian for sure.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Canadian deal. It says it right on the bag there, James.
Oh yeah. Proudly Canadian. There
Surprised
we go.
you don't have money in that.
Yeah,
I've not invested in them. I should.
Yeah, that's
You
bullshit.
should.
You totally have half that company.
Yeah.
Very,
All right.
All right.
We love you.
See ya.
Thanks. Sorry for keeping you so
Enjoy
long,
your
but you
snacks.
got nothing to
Sure,
do.
guys. That soon.
There he is. Jamie McLennan joining us here on the Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating Insider Hotline. CrystalClearCalgary.com, the website. You need to call 403-219-4100. The website, they totally revamped and overhauled. They got the new website, which is, it's quick. It's easy. You put in, if you're having an emergency or whatever, you think, oh, I can't go to the website. It's easier than phoning. It's direct. All the guys have whatever the software is. They've all got the phone. It goes directly to them. It's like, where are you in the city? Where are you located? Who's closest to a bank? They are in touch with you. They get to your place. So don't feel like if you're going to the website, these guys, are they even going to get this message? They get it immediately. Crystal Waters, cutting edge. They'll help you. crystalclearcalgary.com is the website.
They're putting out the bat light.
That's right.
I'm trying to find some orange.
The Diet Coke orange
cream.
Noodles, but it is hard to find.
Some work stands to reason. Yeah, we'll get
lots there.
Senators 6-2. They scored 5 in the third. Kachuk 4 helpers. Sanderson 2 goals. Stutzla a goal and 2 assists.
They're so deep, guys, and they outchance their opponents almost every night, and they're just not getting saves. If Ullmark wants to get in his zone for 6 weeks, why not the Sens?
And he was again playing last night. Gave him a chance to win.
All the drama last week, all the drama midseason, unavailable, gets shelled against a lifeless Panthers club, and then there they are. They're not a lock to get in, but the percentages love them compared to all the teams chasing right now.
They've started to feel like they're.
And I'm here for it.
We've been waiting for it. Like, we haven't looked at this team and said they're not good. We're just saying, man, they got a lot of ground to make up. Like, they put themselves in a big hole. We know they're good, but you're running out of runway, fellas.
They got the first round pick back. It's late, but they did get it back. They were going to lose that.
Better than not picking
better
for
than not picking.
too. Yeah.
The jerseys are bad.
Yeah,
that gold ready thing they're kind of trotting out.
The name sucks.
The name is not great, and that horn, that high pitch, it's not Edmonton bad, but it's close.
Yeah, and they're going to get a new rink too. I think probably in the next 5 years they'll be in LeBreton Flats downtown. That's you don't have to drive out to Canada.
That's way closer to Fairfax.
They're perfect.
Capital Automotive Group, Capital Chev, capitalchev.ca, 13103 Lake Fraser Drive in the Southeast. It's Calgary's truck destination. Ooh. Lineup is deep. Hardworking Silverados and Sierras to SUVs, everyday commuters. You've maybe heard about the $99 lease. That's a real thing. Big inventory, competitive pricing, a team that knows how to keep it simple. Whether you need something built for winter roads or summer road trips, it's the kind of place you walk in curious, you'll leave confident. It's trucks, it's deals, and a no-nonsense experience, just the way Calgary likes it. 13103 Lake Fraser Drive, Southeast. It's Capital Chev, capitalchev.ca, the official provider of
Boom Daddy.
The Boom Daddy Enterprises.
Boom Daddy.
That's right. That is correct. That is correct. The Dignified Tank. Yeah, I go
proud
back
of
to
these
it.
fellas.
Yeah, I don't even think they're not even in on it.
I'm glad we could help out.
Yeah. I never thought about the Maloney thing. So you kind of.
Well, but that was everyone.
It's both.
Was on the same page of like, you need to tear this down. You've got to move Rasmus. You've got to move Kadri. And then you heard that interview and you're like, oh my God, are they not going to move these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rasmus
and then
always
they did
like, they did it anyway. And
didn't see the Weegar coming.
No, Weegar's another example of how, like, I always believed there was a plan B if this team wasn't going to be a 96-point team like they were last year, which most of us expected them not to be. But if you just listen to that interview, you're like, is this guy actually in the room with the GM? Because I was sure they were going to do the opposite of what he said, but whatever they want to put out public-facing PR-wise is up to them. But this, I believe, was always their plan.
He should have stopped that. We want to have a good culture in our rooms.
Well, and to be fair, go even beyond that. Like, I don't think Don Maloney's bad at his job. Don't put him in front of a camera.
We don't care. Anyway.
Like, it didn't help you.
Yeah.
You had to put out PR fires after that.
And it's been built into us. People that have watched this team for a while. They're not going to do anything. They
did have a natural reaction.
They think they're better than they are. They're going to do it again. And then, in fact, they didn't do it again. And with the Weegar, the one guy you could keep, the one guy is Coleman. He's not going to piss and moan. He's the guy you kept around. Kadri moves on, is thrilled about it. The players you brought in, and I'll tell you, it's not saying because I agreed with you 100%. Trade these guys because the team's they're not going to be as good. They're going to have a bit of a nosedive, elevates your standings.
They're third from the bottom.
They've performed better than I thought they were going to.
Absolutely.
Replacements.
And we haven't talked about Zane. Like, he is not a finished product at all, and he should be playing in the American League, but for a stupid rule. But what you've seen the last 2 weeks has to be encouraging, because what made him a special player in junior, you're seeing flashes of it at the NHL level. It does not mean he's 200 feet and he's great at defending, but you're starting to see that offensive IQ flash.
Last night you sure did, right? It's just some little things like, oh, God, that's...
And there's still the odd turnover here or there, and that's going to be who he is. But if you can be an elite offensive defenseman, that is a very rare piece to find. Like, he's not Jake Sanderson, like, who's going to be 200 feet both ends. But if you've got someone that can run a power play for a decade and put up numbers,
you know what would be a terrible thing to do? You know how he was going to say, Iginla, lazy, Rhett Warner. Jake Sanderson is the next Scott Niedermayer. Jamie McLennan.
Clip it, Jack.
I put that up. What are you guys doing to me?
I just blew me up. First, Rob Ray know this.
Get the barn burner bump. That was what getting radioed.
That's what Elliot always called us.
Don't radio me out with this. Could you not, please? Could you just keep from doing that? But yeah, he's a pretty good player. Pretty good player.
Unreal.
So the Flames still have half a week to go on the road trip. It's Wednesday. They don't get to come. They don't get to come home.
That sounds like a lie. That
Sunday morning.
They're going to get it like Sunday 2 a.m.
When you go out east, that's usually your longest road trip.
Jeez.
Head out west, play 3 games in 4 nights, and come home.
And then next up is the old.
Now you get to go to Denver.
Tilt-a-whirl. Nate Dogg's trying to chase down an Art Ross and a Hart.
Nate, we're coming for you.
And a Richard trophy.
At least they got.
Might be the only thing. Colorado clinched the West. They clinched the division. There's nothing left for them.
Well, Nate's just what I said. You're right. Probably the only real. They want to play well going in, but like Nazem dinged up his finger. They don't know how serious it is. It doesn't sound to be too bad. Like, you're going to rest guys if they're nicked up, and everyone else. Like Parker Kelly's having. He scored twice against Flames.
20.
Yes, he would be.
Parker Kelly has 20 goals.
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
Colorado might be better off without veterans at this point, because the veterans are going, I'm not going to go on playoff. Whereas kids coming in, they're going to, this is my chance.
Just don't tell Nate. He'll go into Bednar's office. Are we sitting, guys? What are we doing? Nate, just Nate.
Whoa, hey,
start tipping chairs on. What the fuck is going on in here? Playoffs are in a week. But yes, there's some games to be done yet for this Flames team.
Yeah, they got 5-2 against Colorado, and just in terms of the form that they're facing, Colorado is 7-3 in their last 10. Seattle is the team on the skids. They're 0-5-1 in their last 6. They are a major threat to the inverse standings. Utah has won 4 in a row, and the Kings have been doing a lot of overtime, but they are 3-0-1 in their last 4, and they've gone beyond regulation 6 of their last 9. So of your 5 games remaining, 4 of them are teams that have been going good, and then there's Seattle, which is the end of your road trip, but they look awful.
We mentioned the ice time just from last night. Only out of 30 minutes. White Cloud 29:52.
Was he 30 on the button?
30 on the nose.
Jeez, half a game for Ole Mata. That is just like
not technically because they went to overtime.
Oh, that's fair.
Fair enough.
And there was a lot of penalty killing in overtime.
Just for
he was out there.
Joel Farabee gets his 19th.
One more, Joel.
One more. Connie, a couple 20-goal guys out of that Flyers trade.
Apparently.
Sharon Govich up to 15.
He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again.
It's like, how did he get? He had 17
God,
goals.
This guy's useless. I don't even know how he scored 17 last year. He's gonna get 17 again.
Yeah, and had one disallowed. He had one of those offside goals right against, was it St. Louis, when there was 3 called back? One was his, and one was Farabee's. To be honest, I feel like I should be all right.
Yeah, you're grinding. Just get one more, Joel, then we get rid of the controversy.
Thoughts on the Stars? They're 2 points up on the Wild. They play tomorrow. Those 2 teams.
I saw more of the second half than the first, but there was no urgency until there was urgency, and then they looked like the Stars. Is that fair?
They're a good team.
Like, I don't know, like the other thing about this whole, the Flames, the culture, the work ethic, that's all true, but you can't tell other teams not to overlook you and to start their number ones, which has not been happening. I know they got Ottinger last night, but like, that homestand where they went 5-0-1, they got a lot of the 2 goalies and teams that played in Edmonton the night prior. And it's not taking anything away from the Flames. It's just that I'm not surprised when teams show up and don't look right, and then have to like put it together. Okay, the Flames are giving us a game. We're going to have to try harder.
Time to go to the Insider Hotline, a presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100. You can find them online, of course, at crystalclearcalgary.com. Our insider, Jamie McLennan from TSN joins us. Hello, Jamie.
Hi. Was I not just on? What's going on here?
Good to see you. Thoughts on the Senators?
Happy Wednesday. What's been a week, James?
I forgot to bring this one up. And again, we had a lot of ass grabbing there and some tee-hees and ha-has at the end. I kind of forgot about it, but I did need to share this. It came in. Cool of 89. I met Jamie McLennan at a bar in Lethbridge called Essie's the year Fuhrer got a bit hurt. Essie's. And Jamie played in the playoffs for the Blues before he played for the Flames, a great Lethbridge Hurricane.
Essie's.
Wow.
Is that the one right on the whoop up where you come up the hill? Right at the top of the hill?
There's a hotel there. It's in the hotel. Esmeralda's. Great bar.
Chris McAllister and Wade Belak, and I forget who else. There was an Esmeralda's in Saskatoon as well. They beat the piss out of somebody in the parking lot. This dude thought he got beacon.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Not good.
There was an Esmeralda's in Edmonton too, and they had a bar next to Esmeralda's. That was this. If you were waiting in line to get into Esmeralda's, you can go into this bar until that one was. It was that busy. I've got a scar on the side of my head. A guy broke a 2x4 over the side of my head. 2x4. I didn't. I was an innocent bystander.
Not so innocent.
It's so easy. Yeah,
that happens a lot. That old song and dance. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just hanging out with Hacksaw Jim Duggan at Essie's.
I remember that, like for years when I would get a haircut, the lady would be like, "You've got to, there's no hair growing there." I'm like,
Yeah.
right here. Not so much here or here, but
Tuesday night at Esmeralda's, you fight for your life to get out of that bar at 2:00 in the morning. But there was usually my buddies could take care of it. I don't know what happened. I got hit with a foreign object. That's what it was.
Tale as old as time. I got hit with a 2x4.
Yeah, 2x4 right across the side.
None of your own doing. All right, Jamie, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it.
Thank you to @cool of89. That's cool. It brings back memories. Esmeralda's, great bar in Lethbridge. I don't think it's running anymore.
They used to do cheap booze the first Monday of every semester, and that bastard was lined up by 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
It was unbelievable.
I think they had the vodka paralyzers, the mini pitchers.
Yeah, the mini pitchers, quad shots. Oh, baby.
The other thing, too, back then there really wasn't a dress code. You remember we'd wear Stanfield underwear under our gear? We'd go to the bar in Stanfield underwear. Like it was just... It was like, I don't know why.
It's so weird you get hit by a 2x4.
18 years old in Lethbridge, had some great memories there. Great memories. Lethbridge was a great city. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I go back as much as possible. Still have friends there. So there you go.
The Windy City.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to you in 15 minutes. There he is.
Did you set that up? You jerk.
I saw the thing come in and I was going to bring it up. And then I was like, shit, am I going to sit on that for a week? Or he's sitting in a hotel room in Ottawa. He's on at a morning skate or something. I'll get him back in. He's just having a peanut butter sandwich. So, and of course, a story to go along with it.
Always.
I got hit with a 2x4, none of my own doing.
Innocent.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're wearing your hockey underwear with your Lugan buddies.
Sitting in the back corner, just sipping a beer, right? Yeah. Okay.
So you're reading a book. Suddenly a 2x4 came in.
Sorry, Chris McAllister and who?
Belak.
Oh, Belak tough.
So was Chris.
Oof. Those are some heavies.
You know what? I've had drinks from time to time. And then you look back, it's like, that was poor judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Never would I have had so much liquor where I'd be Belak, McAllister, you're a couple of pussies, you guys. You want to try some of this on for size? Hey, all big, tough hockey guys. Oh, yeah. Like, how much booze? There's not enough booze in the world.
You've got to have.
Well, you found out
6'4", like 6'4",
6'7".
Jesus, what are you thinking?
One of those gym rats on roids. I don't see any other way that makes sense.
It was not a victory.
I'd like to hear that guy's side of the story. Anyway.
These guys must have had 8 arms each.
Yeah,
Bang,
I
bang,
think
bang,
the
bang.
hotel used to be called the Saskatoon Inn, where Ezzy's was.
Good times.
Good times. Hearingloss.ca. I should ask Jamie if that 2x4 thing, if you see, I don't know, we'll get him hooked up with Rhodesy here next time he's in town. Hearing Loss Clinic, locally owned and operated, here to help. Not just about hearing loss or impairment. Actually, it was, you know what, remember Steve Downey?
Yeah.
Played for the Flyers, Lightning. He had hearing issues. He actually went with Rhodesy here in town. He took care. That was one of the athletes that the Hearing Loss Clinic has helped over the years. Yeah. Just makes sense. Makes things you don't even think about. It's like, yeah, you go if you go out for dinner, you're in a restaurant, you want to be able to
You go to Ezzy's, you want to hear the music, you want to be able to talk to people.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the stray lumber?
I can't even make out what the band is singing right now. People of all ages can suffer from hearing loss. Hearing issues can be especially challenging for kids. There's 5 locations in our city. The new location, I guess not so much new, it's still newest, over at the corner of McLeod and Glenmore at Chinook. 5 locations in BC, Cranbrook, Creston, Fernie, Golden, and Invermere, helping you hear better, simply their way of helping you live better. Book an assessment today. Maybe there's nothing going on. Awesome.
Yeah,
if there is, you're in the best hands that could be. Hearingloss.ca is the website. Dan the man.
Really trying to lobby that vote. And he's like, I don't want to go for the new toy. You're like, no, we need the vote for the new toy. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't think he wins.
I think there'll be more of a push once, because here's the thing. They haven't clinched yet.
Yeah.
But we have to remember what the whole conversation was the offseason. Like, man, this league's going to be tough. Everyone's trying to get better, except Pittsburgh. They're going to be the one team that's just going to be bad. They're going to get McKenna. It's another generational or great player every decade. They finished dead last, pick first. They've been unreal. They're one of the highest scoring teams in the NHL. Dubas has done some incredible work with trades, free agent signings, clearly finding the coach that no one had heard of. This is a significantly improved group over Mike Sullivan, a guy that's a highly touted coach with a few tweaks on the roster.
Yeah. Some things have definitely gone their way.
Big time.
Kindle coming in and being able to play at the level he has been unbelievable. Yeah. Chinnikov's been a very good fit there, and Mantha's got 30 goals.
Well, and then you think about it, Shelovs was the guy that had come in the Vancouver-Edmonton series, and all of a sudden they fall in love with Kevin Lankin, and they pick him up for cheap. They upgrade Jari to Skinner, get Kulak thrown as well and a second, and then turn that into Sam Girard when they move Kulak to Colorado. Like, this is a really nice 12 months of GMing.
I will say some things have not gone their way too, though. Like the Crosby was out after the Olympics. Malcolm was suspended 5 games. No, it's true.
No, these are why it's good, because they've survived these things.
Yes, they've survived.
The GM didn't take the.
Brett's not buying it.
Tanya Harding.
Well, if you karate chop someone in the throat, so I don't know if that's not going your way, or maybe we should have just turned our. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh,
poor Malcolm.
Yeah, poor.
Dubas told him to. Is that what you're? How we're getting?
I don't know.
Poor guy. Yeah, poor guy.
Hiya!
Can't catch a break. That's the Penguins too, right?
Here's my issues. I'm gonna have a hard time cheering for the Penguins over the Flyers.
Jackson, you get all cocky, or just you love the Flyers?
I'm being serious. If I'm going to Pennsylvania,
you can be bought though. How many more Taco Tuesdays does Jackie do?
That crunch was really exceptional.
Yeah, the food is definitely going to be better in Philly.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, because the Primanti's is the Pittsburgh one.
Yeah, I like the Primanti's,
but it's overrated. You've said.
I feel like
it's a little overrated.
Oh, they put totally overrated.
A lot of salad on top. A lot of lettuce, and then French fries. Okay,
it's fine.
It's okay.
It's all right.
And I'm not trying to be. Where's that picture from on that table?
Philly. I'm telling you got a soft spot for Philly.
But in Philly, you've got cheesesteaks, you got hoagies, you got
crazy fans.
Wild animal fans.
I just want a long series, Jack. Let's go to overtime in Game 7. Can you handle that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay,
Lots of goals.
Oh, tons of goals at Pittsburgh.
Boom, you watched Philly yesterday. Should I be worried or what?
Yesterday was I set the photo and the shots were 5-0 for the Flyers, and it was 2-0. Zegras had 2 in the first 3.5 minutes. And it's more about the Devils.
Yeah.
Markstrom. I feel like every time I watch the Devils and Markstrom's in net, it's just
he's not been good since he went there, man.
Tommy Fitzgerald could be part of why he's out of a gig.
It's odd too, because I think Tommy was there, and the Devils lost to the Rangers.
Okay.
And they had Schmid and who else? But their goaltending was terrible. I think they went up 2-0 versus the Rangers and then went on to lose that series because their goaltending was horse bleep.
Right.
And that was a few years ago.
Nico Dawes might have been the guy at that point.
And so from then, Tommy was chasing a goalie, finally gets the goalie, and the goalie don't help.
Yeah.
Allen's been the better guy than him. The other thing in New Jersey that I think we forget, there was an assumption that Quinn Hughes was coming. It wasn't maybe. It's like, no. It's not a matter of if, it's just when. They've got all the cards. He wants to play with his brothers. And then Billy Guerin comes out of the woodwork, and it's like, that hurt New Jersey as much as that hurt Vancouver in a weird way. Because they had to go ask guys to move their no trades. Dougie, you want to do this? What about this guy? It doesn't happen. Now you got the hurt feels. And it's like, oh, shit, we're not getting our brother. I feel like no one talks about that played a big role in this season going sideways.
I think it did. And I wonder if Shorty screwed that up because
you thought you had the cards, right?
Well,
could have traded for him.
That's what I'm saying. Did you decide not to make the trade that they would have made the trade?
And we have to believe that's the case because Quinn almost alluded to it.
Yeah.
Oh, he talked about it for 2 years.
Billy Guerin, but after Billy Guerin, he stepped up and
put his
paid
nuts
the
on
price.
the table. He said, "Yes."
Yeah, it's like, so whose nuts didn't go on the table?
Yeah, like was Tommy trying to be conniving and cute about it?
So.
And it was right. Like,
and if you think that that's Quinn's preferred destination, and you're going to get him whether you have to wait till UFA or rental or now, are you putting your best foot forward? Or are you saying I have the leverage? You're going to come to me in terms of where this deal is going to move
eventually.
Yeah.
And he still might.
And maybe Shorty won't be there. But the Billy Guerin offer, like I remember where I was when that deal broke, and you're like, this is a monster deal.
I was just this minute thinking, okay, so if it's Zeev Boyum in a first and all that, what would it have been in New Jersey that would have kept?
Well, and remember, it was Ogren, Rossi, Boyum, and a first. It was 4 pieces. Ogren being the most, like, we're not quite sure, but a very good prospect, and all the others like Rossi had a monster year last year before the playoffs.
Minnesota's feel like they're maybe better equipped to pull those types
of guys. They had a great prospect cupboard at the time, and they just paid Kaprizov, and it's like we're chips in now.
Yeah.
We just got out of the Suter Parise dead money business. Let's go.
Wild and Stars tomorrow.
Wild and Stars tomorrow. Little preview.
2 points separating the two.
They officially are playing each other now. That was locked in with the results last night. Another one last night. There was a playoff preview. It feels like Boston, Carolina. No, not Boston,
boring
Carolina.
series.
Yeah, be Ottawa, Carolina.
Carolina every year.
Honestly, they're the Rodney Dangerfield.
It's fine.
Like no one likes their goalies, but the system they play and the way they play are so difficult. They don't give you shit in close.
Who has more pressure to win, Dallas or Carolina? They feel
Dallas.
similar to me.
It's similar for sure. A lot of conference finals.
So let's say you get to the Final Four and you don't win. Is there massive like pain, shock, and suffering in Carolina? Dallas? Not really. I don't feel like that market's nearly as hot as Dallas.
Yeah, but you're not. He didn't ask about.
Not what the fans or the pressure is going to be. It's what's the internal.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, just because people don't give a shit about hockey in Carolina doesn't mean that the team and the owner don't want to win.
8 seasons as coach for Rod Brindamore. They've made it every year.
Only guys more tenured are Cooper and Bednar, I believe. Or was Bednar after him?
I think Bednar was before.
Because he came in when Pat Roy got run in like September in Colorado. Awful first year. I think that's how they got. Was it the Duchesne pick or the McCarr pick?
Patrick Oz. How's he? Is he happy getting paid not to work, or is he sour?
The money doesn't hurt.
Red ass.
If he wants to work in the league, all of a sudden, the last 2 places you went, you're like, I don't know. I mean, he did a good job this year, but
it's fine. I thought he did. Yeah, because
the D zone was a mess, and their goalie put him in the place in the standings that I think maybe changed their expectations. That and Schaefer.
Yeah.
It's the Pinder Report, boys, for Village Honda, where the big buy-in is on. $2 million and they want to buy your car. Maybe it's a lease that's expired. Take it to Village first. Complimentary appraisals. You can start the process at villagehonda.com or go up to the Northwest Auto Mall. We start a Flames Nation. What's making news? Writers are writing, Rhett. Got a couple things going on here.
Pike bomb.
There it is.
Oh, It's over.
Finally. Well, I know this huge portion of the fan base that wanted this team to be good. No, that was everyone that said, probably need a reset. They've done it off the ice with trades, and on the ice, they were officially mathematically eliminated last night.
Conroy.
What? Great edits.
We missed the playoffs again.
What? Also on the website, more Flames banter. This one around Devin Cooley, as he has been officially named the Flames nominee for the Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy. Perseverance, hard work. He, of course, was having a AHL MVP caliber season in net until an injury midway through last year. Finished the season in street clothes watching two other goalies in the playoffs. An awful second half, kicked off by that injury, and has returned to a form we didn't know that he had in him. He's a top 10 netminder in the NHL in goals saved above expected and has been the best Flames goalie this season on a team that isn't really defensively tight. Impressive season. There is this, though.
Yeah.
Because the thing about being a really good goalie,
You can put the dead or alive thing.
I think we all understand this. This is not legal tender. This is not.
There's not actually a cash
there
reward.
There is not a cash reward.
We don't want any corpses showing up in Martelou.
Saboteur. I hadn't really thought about it until you brought it up.
Yeah.
We don't condone that type of activity.
No, this one's a little better. Have a listen here. That's good.
Look at this guy.
Yeah. I'm telling y'all, it's sabotage. Look at the art, eh? Someone must have been hours drawing.
Hours.
That's Dan. That's our buddy Dan. He's
Dan the man.
He's helping out.
Coaching,
He's doing a lot.
art.
Yeah.
Know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that jacket. What a vibe, eh?
Yeah.
Old school pads. Hell yeah.
Saboteur.
That was a good music video. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
We got the fake mustaches.
Do you think we could afford? Do you want to see the house I grew up in? It's for sale.
You probably would be in
MTV.
junior watching MTV.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
You didn't have MTV at the hotels?
I always mix that one up with Cochise. The music video. Anyway.
Cooties?
Cheese?
I love cheese.
We'll keep moving. Schedule this month. Almost done, fellas. 5 to go. And as you noted, only another half week left on the
Yeah, just another 4 days.
And hustle home, boys, because you're playing that night against the suddenly hot Mammut, who put up 6 against the much improved defensive Oilers last night.
I had the game on, and the Oilers were in control.
They were up 3-1, 4-1 at the time, yeah.
They
3-1?
blew multiple leads. I'm okay with it.
I wonder if it'll come up later. Ryan Strome fined $5,000 in addition to the double minor he served in overtime yesterday for that.
You dirty prick.
On I guess the stick.
He was angry because
Really?
he got zonked, and then they reviewed that and no penalty. Everything's fine. All right, we're playing that game.
Yeah, it's fine. It's $5,000. I don't think he meant to do that.
Did not mean to do it at all.
It was a guy leaning on you, and you think you're going to lean and
Yeah.
push on him, and it comes.
What meant to be done was Myers hitting him. If you go back and watch that, they were mixed up off the draw, and it was like Myers is sour right now. He's gonna he's gonna take a run, and he absolutely did. So whatever.
Myers is a big boy.
I always wonder about those things when they stick the.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do now? Go out and play.
I got this gauze in here. It's hard to breathe.
How am I supposed to do that? How? Looks good though.
Oh,
It's
tough.
intimidating.
It major street cred for
Then when you
those.
get mad and you send him flying out. Oh, he does mean business.
Oh, he's bleeding still. Huh?
Yeah.
Finals from last night. Dino, let's go over a little spin around a busy night
It was a busy night.
in the NHL. Jack's going to flash them.
How about the Habs? Is it any fun watching the Habs going to a game in Montreal?
Dude.
Well,
Suzuki
no, he
ties it
took
with
us-
21 seconds left. They win in a shootout. Suzuki's got 96 points in 78 games. Demidov is up to 61 points now.
Woo, that's a hell of a rookie season no one's talking about.
Lane Hudson, 75 points. We know that Caulfield's up close to 50.
Caulfield has 49. You want to guess how many empty netters in there?
4.
0.
Come on.
Nate Dogg has 51. He's got 5 empty netters.
Maybe if St. Louis wasn't such a jerk, get him
Put
out.
him out
Put him
there.
out there.
Yeah.
Sens, we talked about it. They get 5 in the third, beat Tampa Bay 6-2.
Can I? Sorry. This could be a great trivia down the road if he gets to 50 without an empty net.
Yeah.
Of any other players got 50 goals?
That's an amazing piece of trivia.
It would seem incredibly
I'd ask
rare.
AI, but they'd be wrong. So I don't want to ask AI.
Anyway, sorry.
That's
Back
a
to you,
good
Dean.
Great question.
Ryan,
Excellent point.
I'll see what I can figure
See,
out.
there's things I think about.
The Jackets, they get a late goal from Fantilles.
That's a pretty face.
17 seconds left. Jackets tie it. They win in a shootout.
That's
Werenski-
heartbreak for the Detroits.
Yeah.
Just
Werenski, 80 points last year, 80 points this year.
Was it 21 or 22?
Well, he had the goal and assist last night.
Goodness.
Wings have lost 7-9. Not ideal.
Yeah,
Somehow still in it.
Eyes are plan.
Mentioned it. Zegras, 2 goals, also got an assist. They scored 2 in the first 3.5 minutes. Third place in the Metro are the Philadelphia Flyers.
Can I throw something out there?
Yes, you may.
Just as it's not really banter right now. Could that be considered a miss by Conroy?
Which?
Zegras?
I mean, it's a miss by everyone because he's playing well and he's playing well. But
He's got 25 goals.
it was
That ties a
discussed.
career high.
It was pretty cheap.
65 points. 25 goals is the new high. 65 points ties his best season ever. And it was
Would you debate that if like who cares? But if you're down at Saddle Dome Riseway Place and you're in Connie's office, do you think that him and Don Maloney and Peter Hanlon are going, shit?
Should have thrown that extra second rounder at him. Yeah.
Maybe
with all the picks, it does feel like it was at least a good dart throw.
No, he needs a deal. We're going to see what happens there because if he ends up at you and you get him anyway, there's the real play. But I don't know that necessarily.
Yeah.
You know, Calgary's near the top of Zegras' list, even if he does get to you.
And I'll tell you what. What?
Say that again.
Go ahead.
I know Calgary, Winnipeg, Buffalo. There's some places that typically aren't on the list.
They're not sexy. Yeah.
Who has come here recently, or maybe ever,
And not liked it.
and actually didn't? You know what I mean?
Maybe
I know what you mean.
Drury
by
was the only guy I can remember that was like, this was not a place.
that
for
was a Daryl Sutter issue.
Sure. And then again, I'm sure there's guys that haven't liked coaches here and wanted out that love the city and vice versa.
There's always,
Yeah.
but I just anyway.
It's funny because you're usually the guy that's like, you'll never get free agents. It's
You won't.
Calgary.
You won't.
But
But
they-
if
they
you
do when they're
traded for him and brought him in, like, did he have a no trade that he wouldn't come here?
No, you're right. You could have added him, and then he gets to live in the city. Yeah, a
that's
good
what
point.
I'm saying. Is that I think you will have a very hard time signing free agents. Hence, maybe we should have been more aggressive on a guy like Zegras. Brought him. Oh, hey, I actually like it. Anyway,
I don't know. We talked about it at the time. We don't need to get bogged down. Just his age, because he's 26 in that.
He's 25
Yeah.
as of March 20.
So does he fit into
Age scheme? Yeah.
100% he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the question
but
was
the
gonna
argument
be-
was that he didn't.
No,
Because
the
by the
argument
ti-
wasn't his age. It was that he was coming up to getting
What he
paid.
Yeah.
And it was like, imagine you give up all these assets and you can't keep them. That was more the
And now you've
concern.
got so many assets.
You got all these picks now.
You had all
Yeah.
those picks. Anyway, that's a say. Hey, good
Keep
for
moving.
Zegras. Good for
Back
the
to
Flyers.
those scores.
And I'll tell you what, the Flyers have Jack shaken in his Pittsburgh.
He texted me yesterday in the middle of the day out of the blue. This is what Jack does. You keep thinking I'm reaching out to him. And he goes, "Hey, what are the Flyers all about?" I said, "Oh, I haven't
Does
seen them
anybody
much.
have
I've
the
written them on."
scouting report on the
I
Flyers.
it
went-
wasn't just you, Ryan. It was the group chat.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a group chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then I went and pulled the sheet.
He
Like
sent me some
basically,
nerdy shit. I could.
they are a good defensive team, which you'd expect under Rick Tocchet, and their special teams are dog shirt. And when they've gotten goaltending, they've been good. Urson turning it around has helped them big time the last 2 months. Vladar's had a solid year.
Penguins, Flyers.
Please,
Come on.
please.
It's very light.
Hockey
It's
gods,
going to be
please.
hard not to.
Back to the scoreboard.
Back to the score.
Bruins lose in overtime. They get a point. Jacob Slavin scored his first goal of the year.
Yeah, nice one too.
Overtime. winner.
Diving, sprawling at the net.
Morgan Geeky up to 35 goals. He had a hat trick.
Heartache at the Warner household last night, Dino.
Oh dear.
Middle guy forgot to put Geeky in.
Oh,
to
no.
his lineup for fantasy. He's a point back. That would have just
That'd have been
launched him.
Bruins go 0-2-2 on their 4-game trip, but it feels like they're in pretty good
They're
spot.
locked in.
Avs beat the Blues 3-1.
Revenge game because the Blues just beat them in their building a
Yeah.
couple nights ago.
Nichushkin 2 goals. Marty Natchez 23 points in his last 12 on the road, which is
Boy.
okay. The Wild beat the Kraken. 4 straight wins for Minnesota. Kraken, it is 6 straight defeats. They've lost 10 of 11.
10 of 11 and 6 in a row without a win.
Yeah. Eriksson Ek, goal and 2 assists. Boldy, 1 goal, 1 assist. Mentioned it, 2 points separating the two. They play tomorrow. The Mammoth come back and beat the Oilers in overtime.
I turned this garbage game off when Edmonton was up.
You know, well, whenever I turn the game on, the Oilers do well. So I was like, geez, I'd like to watch this thing, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. So
I found a way to persevere and watch the Mammut win in overtime.
Nice.
6-5 overtime, 4 straight victories for Utah. Clayton Keller, the overtime winner. Back-to-back losses for the Oilers.
By the way, I sent it to Jack, and we can add it in a moment, but we need to watch the shorthanded goal against the Oilers. This is an Evan Bouchard masterclass. We'll do it now if you have it. Oilers are on the power play. Okay. Late stage of this game. It's turning into a Wild West shootout, like back and forth we go. Watch the defensive effort here on the old Utah Mammut network here. So the play starts in the Edmonton zone. We're eventually going to get there. Bouchard plays it forward. They're on the power play.
The waist-high sauce. You like it?
It was rushed.
No, then it's going to happen here. Turned over. Nice play here to spring the one-on-one. Look at Bouchard's feet. Yeah. Oh, you're just going to let him get a clean shot from...
No, you are.
You let the goalie have the shot.
But you're not playing 2-on-1.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. I think McDavid's coming back.
How do you not get a stick in there?
Maybe.
Like it's schmaltz.
I thought it would be worse than you said when you texted out last night. Yes, you could do more, but stop the puck goalie.
It is a Jar Jar Stinks goal.
Stop it. Yeah. Look, he has lost his net to his glove side, and he still gets beaten glove side. You know what I mean? It's not like he went short sides. Oh shit, he was too far to his left.
I think you're right.
Look how far he is to his.
Wow, the camera's not in the right spot.
This is the NHL,
dude. Look at the net. Look where the goalie is. Watch the. Look.
Yeah, it looks like he's lost it. You're right.
Yeah,
and he still beats him on the glove side. Where
I just think with that angle, if it's as bad as it looks, there's no way Schmaltz is going glove side.
I wonder if he beats him on the glove side because Jar Jar Stinks realizes, oh shit, I'm out of position. So there's a last minute slide to try and get over.
Like I hadn't thought about the late man, but I'm just thinking if this is 1v1, you can't allow a clean shot there gliding. Like it looks like he's at the ice capades.
Nah, you can.
But you can't see behind. If it is a 2-on-1, he's got to honor that drop pass, I suppose. How do you let a clean shot? You need to save there.
Stop the puck. NHL.
Either way.
Anyway, I think about Skinner Kulak in a second for that goalie, and he's their backup now. Great work, everyone. Not easy to fumble a dynasty, but they're doing their best up there.
Love it.
Back to the scores.
Vegas moves to 4-0 under Tortorella. They have a 6-game point streak, 4-0-2.
Well, they've beat Vancouver twice, which is
and barely
by one.
Empty netter and by one. Yeah.
We'll look at the standings, but she's tight in the Pacific, boys. Nashville blanks Anaheim. The Ducks have lost 6 in a row.
I had the Ducks to win the Pacific. Should have cashed that bad boy out.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I don't know about these Ducks.
The Ducks were 10 forwards, 8D.
I haven't seen that before. I can't remember the last time I saw 10 and 8.
When is,
That's stupid.
Thank you, Rhett.
They lost 5-0.
I'll tell you what. They do that in the USHL.
Ooh.
And is it
because they've got dingers?
Yeah, you got a lot of dingers.
You moved
No, because they've got all their wingers they need too. It's not.
I'm not sure why. I just saw that it was.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too. It was weird. Anaheim has been really streaky, and I know that we're a week and a half away from the playoffs or whatever, but we've also seen stretches mid-season where it's like, God, they look awful. It was a good run, guys, and then they come back with a vengeance here.
Well, and
let's see how they react here.
We've been good at
throwing dirt in teams.
Yeah, just absolutely burying teams, and then you're third in the division now. Good. So that's the score. Awesome night last night. You love it. Blue Jackets, Wings. I didn't watch a lick of it, but those are the two teams neck and neck with each
Big
other.
Games for both teams, yeah.
Mammoth, Oilers, both teams. Not so much the Mammoth, I guess, but certainly Preds, Ducks, monster games.
Let's look at the standings after that. We'll start in the East. We showed you a little of both sides already, but I would like to focus on the Atlantic Division having 3 teams with exactly 102 points. You want to start on the road or you want to have home ice for the first 2 rounds? The difference is literally a tie break right now. Love it. And I'll take any sort of mishmash of those 3 teams in terms of who plays each other in the 2-3.
Yeah, because Buffalo, Tampa's had some.
They've been absolute slobber knockers. Buffalo, Montreal be the 2 craziest buildings. And I don't think people think about it because where we are and what division we watch the most. But this is a screw you guys season for Tampa. They've been steamrolled by Florida, I think, 3 years in a row in the playoffs. Florida ain't in it anymore. They bullied Florida around this year for a change. Obviously, the injury's playing a role. This is the revenge tour for the Lightning. They're saying the window is not closed. We are still very good. They made a couple really good moves to get younger. No to Stamkos, yes to Gensel. And then they also did the same thing with Sergachev out, Moser in. They found Darren Radish. They've been dealing with Hedman injuries and absences all year.
Yeah.
If they can get right, they're already looking like the best team in the East in the eyes of many.
I would take them over Carolina. I know that.
Vasilevsky versus the hodgepodge in net.
But,
yeah.
I mean,
But it's going to be a war getting out of the Atlantic. We know
feels a little wide open.
Sure. Yeah. And that's because there's 3 good teams in the Atlantic. Anyway, that's the bottom. Columbus, you're not dead yet, but good luck catching the Sens.
Well, you don't have the wins
going the wrong
either,
way
right?
for Columbus.
Because the first tie breaks wins.
Yeah, regulation overtime wins.
That win last night for Columbus snapped a 6-game skid.
Yeah, that's 6 in a row. Boy,
Yeah.
you go 500 there. Look at the standings. It'd be feel a lot better.
I don't know if it changes at the bottom now. Plus, I think Ottawa.
The other thing, you might reel in Philly before you reel in Ottawa. We'll see. There's been 2 pathways for Columbus and the Islanders to get in. The Isles have made the coaching change. They've had a bunch of time off. They're practicing with DeBoer right now. All 4 games remain for the Islanders are at home. We'll see if they have a little magic or at least a fight down the stretch. To the West we go. Pacific, again, the pillow fight. 88 points. That's pretty similar to the cutoff for the wild card in the East.
102? Is that what the
Yep.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Central has the 3 best teams in the West for regular season. Colorado clinched last night, and we do have Dallas, Minnesota on tap. Utah is going to get the winner of the Pacific. They're tied with the leading team in the Pacific. That's Edmonton and Vegas today.
I know finishing higher is typically the best philosophy, but if you are in the Pacific Division,
You want the 2-3 more than
do
Utah.
you want Nashville or do you want the 2-3 or do you want
I would say that the coaching change,
or do you want
with,
Utah? Because you don't.
I think Vegas under Torts is a mysterious animal now. If it was status quo, I'd love to play Vegas because they looked off. Well, let's buy some time and see if they are a different team under Torts. They're 4-0, but they played no one. It's
Still
3 wins
makes
over Calgary
sense,
and Vancouver.
That's Colorado.
At the bottom, Nashville's win's huge because it vaults them past LA. LA will not have a tiebreak because they don't play regulation games. It's only overtime.
In hand.
Got the game in hand, though.
So they have a game in hand, but they can't end up tied with Nashville or anyone else, so they'll be losing a tiebreak.
That's
Sharks.
fine. I don't need to see the Kings anymore.
Yeah. Sharks 2 in hand, one of them tonight.
They got Edmonton tonight.
Yeah.
That's you're gonna have a handful. Young team against McJay, although they are without Hyman and Draisaitl. And Winnipeg, we're
And
keeping them in the
back-to-back.
picture, but you probably have to run the table here.
Yeah.
If you win all 5, that gets you to 90 points.
Yeah.
And they got some tough games.
Not out of the realm.
Because they play in the Central. Okay. As for the bottom 10, that's where the Calgary Flames find them there. Bottom 5. Seattle's becoming an issue, fellas. Look at the monster proverbial 4-pointer coming up on Saturday night.
Jeez.
That would be a
Do
real kick in the nads.
Not like. Don't like it.
No, and Seattle looks like
It's
And it's two things. Flames have been really good. They've been better than we could have expected. They're still third from the bottom.
yes.
On the flip, though, some teams have kind of come back to you.
Rangers have done you
Seattle.
some favors.
You know what?
Seattle's done favors.
Nothing
Seattle is
dignified about what
tanking.
Seattle's doing.
No.
Nothing ethical there.
Sinking like a sunset.
not when you're in a position for a playoff spot, Seattle,
Right.
and you decide just to soil yourself.
They were top 2 in the Pacific at times.
Yeah,
but
yes.
This is gross what they're doing in the second half.
It's rather
smart. Now.
As for the probabilities,
Gross.
let's take a look at this just to cut through some of the muck. Basically, if you're above 80%, you're feeling pretty safe. There's one spot in each conference that's not safe. Flyers are 68% in. You can see the changes and probabilities from yesterday.
Lock.
99. Look at the Penguins.
And 99.
And 99.
Finally.
And the West, it's a hodgepodge of Kings, Preds, Sharks. Man, the Ducks falling out would be something. Yee.
Well, you said 80 and you were good. So
It's just whatever is best for Edmonton pantsing.
Yeah, and
I think Nashville.
we got a Pantson coming up. Actually, we'll keep moving.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one. As for the milestones and news of the evenings, there's your Central Division title. We knew it was going to happen. Staying with the Central Division, we know we're getting Dallas, Minnesota.
Come home, Kale.
Also, Carolina locks up top spot in the Metro. No surprise there.
Nate's like, don't you fucking leave. Don't you dare fucking leave.
And this was an interesting note that came out this morning. We've kind of touched it now and then throughout the season. Alex Ovechkin spoke publicly about his future. Won't make a decision until the summer. We may be watching the last 4 games of Alex Ovechkin's career in the next week and a half in the NHL.
I say it's very probable he is back. So I do like
based
that
on your.
he'll decide on his future in the future. So no,
It could be it. It's more to the point here. And I think there's a good chance that it's it. I think I'm closer
you
to
really?
50-50.
yeah, I'm not.
I would be 50-50.
Where are you at? 80%?
Yeah,
Quarters?
I believe he's back.
Why?
He's still playing at a high level. He's still scoring. I think he can be 45 and go play in Russia and
I don't think
do
he
whatever.
wants to play in Russia. I think he'll be sitting here going. The fact that he's talking about it.
Well,
means
he's
that
asked
thinking-
about it. That's the thing. He's not.
It's because he's not
His
saying he
contract-
is back next year. And you're right. He doesn't need a deal. That's
what
a
I'm
fair
saying.
point. Yeah.
He had a sit down interview with the team or
Yeah.
whatever it is. The guy's like, so your contract, you need to, I'm going to decide this summer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like if he was done,
I
he'd
don't-
have said he was done.
I don't think he wants the.
Why wouldn't he say he's
Flowers.
back if he's back?
We could both be right.
We will find out before next season, fellas.
Do you think he's dying to like win another cup? Like we talk about with Crosby, like get him out of Pittsburgh. They're never win again. That guy wants to win. Like, does Ovi have that in him, or is it just go out score goals?
He's a Caps guy. I don't think he's.
I don't know. I think he wants to win a cup, but like
Feels
he's not
different.
moving somewhere
does
else to
feel
go win
Keeping
one.
in mind, like,
And he's not playing the same level Sid is.
well, and Crosby's a different
Yes.
machine.
Yeah.
To not be at the same competitive level as Sidney Crosby
Not an
doesn't mean you
insult.
don't give
Yeah.
a shit necessarily.
Yeah, and I think he's a year older. Does that sound right? Was he the year
Yeah, I
before?
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
The other thing, he will play in Russia. I don't know if it's an unwritten rule or what, but he will go play for his club team in Moscow that he grew up with. And maybe then St. Petersburg, which is Putin's team. So we'll see. Okay, tonight's games. Spin me some tunes, Dino. Let's go. Only
geez.
3. Savor the flavor. It's the Battle of West versus
Let's be really
Eastern
good.
New
today.
York.
Let's be really good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Pat LaFontaine.
Oh, love it.
Chris Shirley.
Sure, yeah, sure. Caps, Leafs.
James. Oh, can I throw one more out there?
Yes.
Jeep.
Oh, yeah, cheap for sure. Rasmus Sandin was a Leaf and is still a
That's-
Capital, I believe. Ooh, thought I said something wrong there. You just scratched the record for me there. Anyone else
Who
strike
is
the
it?
chord?
Dmitry Kristich.
Yeah, very good.
Wow.
Chris Stitch and Stones. Oilers and Sharks. You got some Mike Greer there?
Greer.
I mean,
Todd
easy.
Harvey.
Todd Harvey
You
is a
could
good
do
one.
Wallman. You could also do Klimberg. Those are more recent. Easy. Too easy, boys. Too easy. We needed more games today.
No, it's good.
I wish we did have more games, though.
It's not
do.
really a
Yeah.
must-watch tonight.
No.
No, you can take a break tonight.
I'll tell you what. If you're on the Sharks wagon, for sure. Otherwise, yeah, the stakes aren't really
Is
high.
there something else on tonight?
The Masters starts
I
tomorrow.
was watching a new show.
Ooh, what show?
It's called DTF in St. Louis. It's an HBO show.
DTF. Is that what I
With,
think it stands for?
It is.
Oh, baby.
Jason Bateman.
Oh, he's good.
It's yeah, give it a watch.
Also,
Yeah,
the finale of the
watch
Jays and Dodgers. It's
That's
Baseball.
been a tough couple.
a go-getter.
There has been some good things in the majors. We had a brawl last night. You want to see
Well,
the
I
brawl,
hope it
Reds?
was frickin' Toronto.
It wasn't Toronto. I
Softies.
believe it was Atlanta and the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles, or whatever the hell they're calling themselves, the LA Angels. Let's take a look here. Ooh, that's high and inside. Okay. Now the guy steals second, which takes our attention away from that pitch that went right by the brim of his helmet.
Look, a dude hasn't moved
He's
in the
standing.
box. He's like, what are you?
So the pitcher's going to square up and eventually get back to the hitter here.
Shonewell always in the back foot and leg area.
Lopez, the pitcher,
And the pitcher's like, what are you staring at? What?
Didn't
You
get
got a
it
problem?
down, just missed the tag, hit the dirt.
still hasn't moved. Okay, now we're going to talk.
Okay.
That'll come up after
Yeah.
the clip.
I missed it.
They're warned.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
you
Handing out
guys.
warnings. Look at this.
Wing.
I think that's a bad move.
I think that's going to get you
finger.
some games suspended for sure. Like everyone's going to get suspended who threw hands, but
Can
you're
you
going to
to
get a big
go
one.
back to the very start, Jack? The pitch? Because I thought it was
Watch
high.
this here.
Oh,
I mean, he does. You could.
why are we? So what? The guy charged the mound. This is what you get. Take one, bud.
Wow, it's the object in the hand that's different than the punch, though, right?
Oh,
I think he'll get suspended more. That's my thought.
I don't give
I don't
a
have a
shit if he
problem
gets
with you
suspended or not. But if this guy wants to come, that is not inside.
It's hard to.
It's a fastball in front of the
But
guy's
it's also
nose.
what has happened previous. Is there something else? But I do love the guy in the box. He just bat on his shoulder, doesn't move an inch, just
It's not like
stink
he had
eye.
to dodge out of the way.
Nope. He didn't like where it was, but it was not egregious. It wasn't like he had to duck. Now, there's another amazing gem that came out of this pile as well, because 62-year-old skipper of the Braves is Walt Weiss. Look at the old man wrap up on the catcher here. This is really good stuff. Jack's got to find it now. That tackle there you just saw, a 62-year-old skipper. You teach this in the NFL. You want to wrap up, Jack, and get low, bring him down.
Pretty solid. I'm really enjoying baseball this year. I don't know why.
Because
There's
the
just
Pirates
a lot of the Pirates are good, but there's also just a lot of random shit that's going on.
I like the ABS. I
Well,
think it's been a really good ad.
What
Yes.
helps is that the Jays haven't been good,
Yes.
so you don't need to suffer through it
That's
with
true.
Buddy at the end of the table, because he is insufferable when the Jays are good. When the Jays aren't good,
Well,
it's like,
guess
I
what?
think-
The Jays aren't good.
I think the
so.
Jays played yesterday. Moving on.
No, we'll get some Jays coming.
Otherwise, it's it's a barrage.
We don't
of,
talk a lot of baseball on the show. At the old shop, there was room for it. But yeah, it's been a nightmare start for the Blue Jays, to be sure. Okay, there was your scrap. We got some other stuff as well. Let's go to Tampa. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this. With the hurricane, the whole roof of the Trop was gone. They finally got back in, and it was a huge crowd in Tampa. They still need a long-term stadium solution. They basically repaired it, but they're working on a huge multi-billion-dollar facility to keep it in Tampa that has to get approved. Lots of municipal money, blah, 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 blah. But here we are back at Tampa where the fans finally get to watch their team instead of that stinking Yankees AAA or single A spring ballpark.
It's down the right field side, will be out of reach.
Is that real?
Careful down there.
Yep. Now, Dean's blind. so
I went down for the game.
He might have missed
It
it.
was a big event.
Let's get back in the middle.
I just flew down, got some great seats,
My God.
great price down the first. Jack, you don't need to show that.
Oh my God.
It's an elephant.
What the? What were you?
Oh boy, you need a belt.
I didn't. I forgot
One
my
day
belt.
you forget your belt.
I forgot
Dean.
my
I feel
belt.
I
so
don't
bad
think
for
it's
you.
a belt. I think those are down. Are you
A
pissing
lot of-
under the seats? What are
a
you?
lot of shuffling and moving here. He's got to turn around to get the ball, and then oh boy, they cut away right away.
The thing of it is,
You know,
the elastic waistband can only do so much.
well, and then
You're
you wash
asking
it
a
a
lot,
few
right?
times, and the elastic gets a little less
Yes.
elastic.
Yeah, like, those
Oh.
aren't probably not brand new pants.
Now just take a close look there. Something hanging out the front. Oh, you moved it.
Did somebody lose?
You
Can't
got
find his gum?
you had it stopped perfectly before. Is something hanging out the front?
I hope
No,
not.
I think that's just the string of the
Okay.
pants.
Is that the Rhett Warner on the bench with the pants
Oh,
undone?
boy.
He just didn't know he was going to have to.
little rat roast.
Oh,
That was the
boy.
guy or girl? It's a guy, right?
Now to more uplifting news.
Jack, this is why you got to get out of the house. I don't want you ending up like that fella.
That's right.
I don't need you ending up at the ballpark by yourself with your pants down.
Bird out, chasing loose balls.
So this
Go
would
out
be
and talk to people.
the pantsing video. I think
That's
some
we had a
foreshadowing
pantsing
there. Yeah.
That's great. Can you send me that? My kids will like that.
You idiots! Please send me that. I'm gonna need to use that. Blue Jays got bad news and bad
Oh my
news
God.
yesterday. ACL surgery for Cody Ponce, one of their big free agent signings, who spent the last 4 years.
Ponce de Leon.
Asia Timeline 6 months.
Oh.
Soft.
Well, that's the
It's an
Canadian healthcare. You
ACL.
can't get in for a while, and then she.
And then this is at 2:14 a minute earlier. Kirk 6 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
Surgery, screw in his thumb. That's what you want, right? You want screws in your thumb when you're a catcher?
Well,
jeez.
are they titanium or plastic?
I think they're hitting about 050 with the bases with runners in scoring position
They
this year.
stink. This
Tough
is
start.
much less inspiring than last fall, team. I know you were big into the Jays.
Cease on the mound tonight against Ohtani. Good pitching battle. We'll revisit in potentially in the Bet 365 segment.
Oh,
There's so much to love about this next clip because
try.
baseball's back and we love baseball and we love hot dogs and we love dogs. They're all here. It's just absolutely.
Oh, I love this clip. Dumper.
Full count, big kid, big pitch
Come
here.
on now, let's get him on, get him over, get him in. Let's go.
not a relish guy.
Very good.
Not a relish guy.
Now we've been dealing with snow in April. It's not good.
What do you mean?
The thing in Calgary, we're used to it, but in some other parts of the world, snow in April get people really hot.
Fucking bullshit. Look at this fucking shit. Shut up, you piece of shit, Garnet. It's a fucking April. We got the fucking snow again. Son of my bitch. This is ridiculous. I coming out. This is fucking 2 inches snow. 2 inches snow. Mother nature, you put that against it. Man, you gotta be shit to me. This is ridiculous. It's a April. Look at the fucking snow. I'm sick and tired of this shit. How much snow you gonna have? I'm gonna get that more. You son of a bitch.
Now, is it just me, or is that Noodles?
There's some
That's Noodles doing the hit from his car outside the casino.
I didn't know he was a big Steelers guy.
When, big Steelers guy. Son of a bitch.
I thought it was you doing your Pat Roy.
Suit the lore.
That's your Pinder Report this Wednesday, April 8th. Here's the thing about snow in April. They do have a spring tire event on right now, which means you could save up to $140 on tires. Make them winter still if you want. Maybe you got no tread left. You got to buy new ones for next year. Maybe the summers were dead when you put the winters on. Save some money on a tire set, villagehonda.com, or head to the Northwest
Save
Auto
it the
Mall.
man.
Son of a bitch.
Save the money on the tires.
I don't know if that guy actually has that thick an accent. I think he might be laying it on for effect.
We might have to revisit his catalog tomorrow. See if this is consistent.
What did it say in his hat?
I'm a freezing.
Kiss on my ass? Is that what it's something like that?
Something freezing. Yeah.
Go to my website, buy my merch. Lease Busters.
And a like.
Lease Busters. What's Lease Busters? Basically a marketplace for lease takeovers. Lease Busters matches people who want out with people looking to get in.
Okay. Okay.
If you got a vehicle lease that you don't want anymore, don't fight it. Put it on Lease Busters and then move on.
That's a good idea.
For more information, check out leasebusters.com. See, there you help making life easier. Little convenience.
Found
for
a
you.
problem.
Here's a solution.
Fix the
A lot of times you got to pay to get out of a lease.
Sure.
What if somebody else is looking? I'm looking to get in.
I take that lease.
I take that one. That's what Lease Busters is built for.
Love it.
Leasebusters.com is the website.
Easy peasy.
Let's do our bets.
Okay.
Bet 365. The only 3 games tonight.
Masters this weekend.
Oh, get your bets in. It'll start early tomorrow. It's
Yeah,
in Augusta,
don't
Georgia.
miss
Don't be
it.
waiting until lunchtime. You're too late.
Oops.
Yeah.
I'll say this just because we talk about the 3-goal early payout.
Yeah.
Buffalo at Rangers.
Yeah. Feels like an early payout.
Feels like maybe some Sabres. You could be getting an early payout there.
Yeah, that's right.
Sabres are hey, we're in the playoffs.
You're tied for the division
We're
lead.
tied for the division lead.
Huge game. Rangers meanwhile just playing out the string.
I'm going to tell you something.
Uh-oh.
You may not know.
Mm.
Both those teams from New York.
Well, we know the New York Rangers are from New York.
Oh yeah, the Rangers.
And there's a bit of a little man syndrome
Is that right?
for the Sabres when they go to the big city because they don't think they get treated right.
Oh.
I bet they're right. They probably don't.
Yeah. Oh, Kathy Hochul, she ain't giving the Sabres nothing.
Is this another
Actually,
pot
she
shot?
gave a bunch of money to.
She built that stadium for them, yeah.
Hockey fans,
Bet
tired
365.
of waiting for the end of the game to get paid, ready to move on to the next puck drop. That's why Bet365, official partner of the NHL, has 3-goal early payout. If the team you're riding goes up 3 goals at any point in the game, they'll pay your bet out early. Hockey moves fast, and now with 3-goal early payout, there's one less thing you don't need to wait around for. Bet365. Download the app. See what early payout's all about. You must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly.
We're going right there, Dino, with the Buffalo Sabres. We're going to play the puck line. Now, here's the thing, because at early payout, Sabres, huge favorites. You want to juice the odds a little, let's go to the puck line, -1.5. Sabres have everything to play for. The Rangers. Do you think JT Miller's got a flight book for Thursday night?
Well, he's a leader. I sent you guys that.
Yeah, he's a leader.
Leader.
Yeah. Well, that's all yours to see.
Yeah. He's a
leader. Yeah. And we're building a mammoth parlay with the Oilers and Sharks. Here's
I like this, Ryan.
Oilers playing overs. Saw it last night. 11 goals in Utah. Sharks can score. Defense, not necessarily the strong suit. It isn't going to be Jar Jar Stinks because he was in last night. That hurts us a bit, but I like the over. I like Celebrini for 3 shots, McDavid for 3 shots. They're hitting these totals very regularly. Both get a point, +300. Quadruple your money.
We need to make some Jar Jar Stinks.
Merch?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
So,
as long as it's ready for playoffs.
If we could get Dan the Man to come up with some imagery. Is that the word?
Yeah, this is graphics.
We'll throw it on.
We'll put on a t-shirt and then not get it in red.
I got the Dan the Man shirt, right? You want one?
No.
You got to show him.
Did you get Dan the Man shirt?
I've been working on some shirts.
He's in the lab cooking stuff up. Has he got the red Terminator eyes yet or no? You didn't like that?
I didn't like that.
I'll tell you what, that's
on his
Celebrini is
face.
going to try and make a statement tonight.
Celebrini.
Yep. And he's capable.
I'm telling you, if they get in, because that one spot's up for grabs, it'll either Nashville, LA, maybe San Jose. Like if they get in, he is going to get a lot of heart votes.
Should. It's
incredible what he's done at 19 because there's some young, interesting pieces there, but this is their heart, their leader. They go, he goes, they follow.
Get a little heart and soul. Tapow.
It is Tapow.
Tapow. Not everyone's
Beef would be so proud of you.
Tapow.
Great band.
Crocus?
No. Tapow. Did it have an apostrophe in there? Or was
Yes,
it?
did.
It had to have had an apostrophe. Yeah. T apostrophe Pow. P-A-U.
Oh.
Tapow.
Jack, you can listen to that on the way
With
home.
a little bit of heart and soul. Oh yeah, it's a banger. Yeah.
Super chats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Super chats. I'll hit the horn, I guess, and we'll do the thing. Would not have guessed we'd have a Tapow reference or that you would have had Tapow in the holster.
Very impressive.
Unbelievable.
One of my favorites.
You centers of Calgary will benefit. There is Handsome Dan. Tough defeat, but Handsome Dan says, hey, I'm good for it. $10 every Flames goal this season. Hot take time. Who wants to plant their flag and say Gridden will be the top scorer on this team next year? I will. I'm often wrong, but I say yes.
Oh, I'm with you, Handsome Dan.
I will as well.
I'm going to say something and nobody's going to like
it's hot take, but if not him, then who?
That's kind of
I'm going to say something. People aren't going to like it. I want the effort to go.
Are you not happy with the?
Because the skill,
unbelievable. I'm just seeing some body language indications. You're a floating fucker, or what are you doing?
Oh, chicken.
An FF.
I don't need you floating. You gonna float? We floating fucking around, right? Because you're really good. I don't want us getting pissed off at the bench your ass because you float.
See, I didn't see that coming either today. That
Jeez.
Gridden would be
hot shot.
Folks, labeled
I'm
as
gonna want everyone to. Well, they don't play tonight, right?
Nah.
Tomorrow. After Friday. So tomorrow's Thursday.
Thursday,
Friday
yeah.
show.
Okay.
We're gonna have a recap. I want some eyes.
Yeah.
Eyes on the prize here. I want to know your opinion on it.
That's everybody's homework assignment for this game. We'll tee it up again tomorrow.
ISO cam?
Get your ISO cams on.
Are we floating? Just floating.
Because this
I don't want no floating.
elite. I will say this.
Do we have those shirts ready to roll, Jack? The
Floating fucker?
floating fucker.
That's us. Put our faces
Great
on.
shirt.
Oh, good enough.
And just make sure that how we print it is going to be important. It's not float and
No.
It's
And apostrophe.
yeah, floating.
Apostrophe.
Like the pow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tapow.
Details, Jack. Details.
I'll tell you what, Handsome Dan, he's got the capabilities.
Now, Now, when you say
Part.
top scorer, obviously points.
Yeah,
not-
points.
Yeah, okay.
I will say Gavin McKenna would love to have something to say. Oh, I would love Gavin McKenna to say something about it.
Oh, cheeky. Very cheeky. That'd be a nice
I
cut.
put those two on the same line. Let's cook. Let's cook.
Zippity-doo-dah.
I thought you were going to go the other way. I thought I was going to. Gritton's going to see some AHL time next year.
Oh,
I thought maybe there's going to be a bit of that.
You might.
Long road trip. So tired.
Kids.
Kids.
Hey, just a casual observation.
You casual?
Played 18 minutes last night. -2.
Wasn't his best, eh?
Put up any points, Dean?
He had 1 assist,
Okay.
1 shot on net.
They're just starting to happen all the time now. When you don't notice him, he's getting points.
Hey,
We're on the same page.
I'm
Here.
a casual.
We're on the same page.
I'm not. I've not looked at the hard facts.
Any others, Jacko?
Is there no more?
Patches, Jack, only 8 days left. Let's bump it to $20 a check.
Oh God,
Patches, you
I
are-
can't escape this shit. Like
Escape it. You should try.
last
one
night on
way.
Afterburner, we talked about books for like 20 minutes.
Oh my God,
Like
Richard.
Pike was talking about his book.
You
and
got
then
bookshelf
other-
behind
We've
you.
got
Yeah.
a book club. We've got.
I mean, people in the comments are talking about books, and Cammy and Pike are like, "What's going on? Like, why are these people like suggesting
Tell
books
Cammy
to
and
you?"
Pike to maybe catch the show once in a while.
Yeah,
Tune
no,
in.
I had to show them the
week-
intro.
Weekdays from 10 till noon.
$20 a chapter. I mean, that's
Some serious cake.
some serious
8
dough, if
days.
I
Yeah,
can-
but don't worry about the kids that could use it.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, you know what, Patches? Don't feel the need to slide a 20 and keep it in your wallet somewhere for safekeeping. You can spend all your dough.
Zero risk. of
8
Jack
days?
actually reading.
I've been doing this for months.
I love how it's a per chapter rate. Like Jackson read more than
Prior
one chapter.
to
Yeah,
Christmas.
nice.
This
Yeah.
was a early December.
Yeah, I think it arrived the first week of December.
You know what though? He is calling his shot. It's
yeah, I
this is for Jack to
admire
control.
Patches here.
But I do it. You know what? I appreciate the honesty that you bring because it'd be easy enough to say, "Oh yeah, I read
Oh,
like
yeah,
3
of course.
chapters last
Yeah,
night. It was a
people
great
have been
book.
saying,
I
like,
love
why
it."
don't you just Spark Note it or Chat GPT it? I'm not that guy.
Audio
I'm
book it.
honest. Yeah. I just
It's not a reader, guys. Apparently,
You're not raised that
makes
way.
it tough for that book club segment we built.
I think it's perfect.
I should like it too.
to be fair, I didn't ask for it. Or had any idea
you don't
about
need-
it.
no.
It's
good for the
going
show.
better than I could have hoped. Yeah. Thank you, Patches. Monty, 699. Hey guys, do you think the Flames could package Coleman with Vegas's first to move up in the draft?
Who's going to be above them that wants Coleman?
Love the Flames.
It would have to be a team that thinks they're ready and it was a bad year. So I don't know who that is. Is that Jersey? Is that St. Louis? Is that Toronto? I don't know. Toronto doesn't have their first,
Yeah.
probably. Maybe Boston. They got their own first plus Toronto's.
I would think Coleman deal is going to be separate. You'll try and find a way to package that first and move up. We'll take the Vegas first and something,
Rangers second. Blah blah blah.
and let's see if we can get up there a little bit.
Mhm.
But I think I said it yesterday. I feel like a Coleman deal gets done in the summer, either before the draft or whatever.
I'd like it to. I'm just skeptical. Yeah.
And it's more just about the respect level for Coleman.
I could see that.
Start the season, get the kids in school. If
He's
they're
a known
school age or
quantity.
whatever.
You should know what the ask is.
Huge indicator that his family is not.
Yeah. Family is very important.
Thank you, Monterey.
Thank you. Monty
I'm not against it. I just don't know if it can happen.
Red 911.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, 699. Fellas! Just spent 2 nights at Buffalo Mountain Lodge,
I hope you're
and
wearing that wig.
wow, beautiful. If a current playoff team were to make a round 1 coaching change, who would it be? I'm telling you, that's the next step. Is for somebody to be in the playoffs. We're in round 1. Damn it,
Mm-hmm.
the boys aren't responding.
okay. Well, who's a coach? It would have to be Edmonton.
Edmonton
for
jumps
sure.
to the top of the list. It should have been Hiller last year, is what it should have been.
It should have been
Challenging that
Hiller last
stupid goal
year.
challenge. What are
For
you
sure. But right now, of the teams
There's a
going
lot of
in,
pressure there.
Well, Vegas
Vegas
has
has
already
made their
their
move.
they did it.
Can't see it in Colorado, Mini, or
Anaheim won't
Dallas.
fire Joel.
No. Utah, maybe. Apparently, Utah kicked tires on DeBoer when they were in a bit of a skid. And then the team started playing better. Like, no. But Tournier, I didn't realize how long he'd been there.
Yeah, he's been there a long
Was he
time.
top 4 tenure?
Well, it's not going to be Dan the man.
No, sir.
It's
not gonna-
Edmonton. It
It's
has
not going to be
to.
Talkett.
It's not going to be Ottawa. Noodles is raving about Greener.
Yeah, they
Not going to
can't.
be Carolina. Not going to be Coop. Not going to be Rough. Not going to be Marty.
Yeah, it'd be Edmonton.
Yeah,
Boston's got a new guy. It's got to be Edmonton.
And I would hate it because if it turned the tide for
That's
them,
right,
it'd be like, son
it'd be
of a-
great because
just-
they'd be needing a change. There'd be some kind of,
Mhm.
whoa, must not be going well for them.
I like that.
But then if they make a coaching change and they get that bump.
Red 911, you're onto something there. I like it.
Fellas. 22-22. Muzza. Heading to Montreal with the pregnant wife. Got tickets to the game tomorrow. What is one other thing that is a must-see, do, eat while we're over there considering the company?
I see what he's doing there. So not telling you to go to his Kama Sutra.
Right, yeah. It's
okay. Yeah, I'm here at the strip
No
club with
idea.
my pregnant wife. We're going to get some
yeah,
lappers.
you're going with the pregnant wife?
Well, you know what? She's got sore feet.
Oh, yeah.
Send her to the foot spa.
Yeah.
And then you
for
go
a
out
beer.
to get a Montreal smoked meat.
That's right.
Yes.
Schwartz's.
And maybe,
The left at Albuquerque.
and then, yeah.
That's a hell of a move.
Very good ribs at the Barbie Barn. Delicious.
Barbie Barn.
The game,
Montreal.
I think the game will blow.
You got to
up.
have a steamy if you're at the game. That's going to be
They
unbelievable.
play Tampa tomorrow.
Oh,
That'd be a
God,
good-
that's going to be a great game.
I think you're going
That's
to
going to
be.
be game of the year.
No.
I mean,
Settle down, Ryan. Jesus.
gotta be good. 5 for top spot. That belly's going to be wound up.
Right,
We win.
will
We're in
be
first in the
wound up.
Atlantic.
We'll be
First time all year. Oh, jealous. I haven't been to a game in Montreal. I'm just FOMOing hard here.
Well,
I'm
we
the-
could have, but Dean didn't want to go.
That's true.
Oh,
What?
You know what Dean feels about the Quebecois.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to go to Chicago.
I parlez-vous. Hey,
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
No, this Four Nations BS. No, I'm going to Chicago.
I'll have you know, I may not have been to. I've been to the rink. I was at the draft.
Yep.
That's where Nazem Kadri was taken.
How's that got to
Really?
do with anything?
This is the city. I've not been to again. I've been to the city. I have had a croque madame
Ooh.
in Montreal.
What have
I'll
you
have you
croque
know.
monsieur?
No,
Not a croque monsieur.
I've had both. They're lovely.
I've had a croque madame, and I think we went to Dunn's, not
Ooh,
Schwartz's.
Either way.
And then we
There's
went up to
actually like an
St.
Eaton Center
Catharines.
kind of thing. And they have a food hall upstairs.
Mhm.
One of the greatest sandwiches I've ever eaten. Like so good that I went back 3 days in a row.
There's a place called De Emma, and it's an old
Good food everywhere.
women's prisons basement that they've converted into this Italian restaurant like 100 years ago.
What?
It's phenomenal.
Is that a place to go?
De Emma.
Like this summer?
Oh, hell yeah. Montreal. In the
Do
summer?
they do Canadian money?
I
If
believe
you
so.
go to the Jazz Fest, I think it is.
Jazz comedy. They used to have expos, F1. There's lots going on.
All right.
You got the electronic music.
So did we help him out?
Yeah, I
about
think we give him lots of
also read a damn book.
Yeah.
richest
Jazz.
man
the
in
richest
Babylon.
man. Where's,
Under 100 pages.
where's Babylon?
It's by Red Deer.
Okay.
No, he thinks babble on, like babbling.
Yeah.
You're babbling on.
Richest man in Babylon. Great song.
It's in Prussia. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite.
Under 100 pages.
22. I don't know what the 22 is.
It's good luck.
Is it?
Is it?
Well, for him, it's his favorite number.
Okay.
Muzza.
I think you're going to have fun in Montreal.
I think you're going to do great. Take care of that lady's feet.
There's Ken. $10. Fellas, Calgary Flames have 11 picks in this year's draft. Do you really think Conroy will use all of them? Sorry, Red. Again, you're right. I'll remove the reward part.
No, the reward part's fine. It's the DED part.
Yeah, dead or alive. Yeah, it's.
No, he's going to package.
No,
the
I
picks,
think
yeah.
something happens. Even,
Why?
It might not even be that exciting.
Your system's going to get flooded with too many guys. You're
We'll
not gonna
give you
have
this
spots for
third
guys'
and that to move up
contracts.
to this.
Yeah.
It might not be.
You're going to find
Whoa.
ledges and try to move over the ledge and with your picks.
There's some work to be done by somebody. But I had read not long getting into the top 10
Mhm.
once the season's over and teams,
Quite difficult.
it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that was what made the Berkey Sedin picks so incredible because it almost to move a pick that high is even harder. And he managed to get them at 2-3 after Patrick Steffen went to Atlanta. Yeah.
Tomorrow, can I see where the
Where the picks are?
so 2 in the first,
4 in the second.
4 in the second.
We'll do it for you. Yeah.
It's a lot of
Because
picks.
there might be a good enough defenseman that I still don't know.
Add 22 and 22 together. Love your retro.
Oh, see, lucky
Genius.
numbers. There it is. 2 texts, 2.
Are people hoping? Again, we'll get out of here. But this Ruck Twins thing, is there some hope that you package picks? We'll pick here.
You
and
might
then-
not need to. They're kind of slotted to be like early of the second round guys, and that's where they have the Rangers picking their own. This could be back-to-back picks.
Knowing Conroy, he's going to put on a show, right?
Oh, yeah.
I could just wait for our pick.
Well, the Rucks and Bash show, and you can go watch them on Monday night.
They're in town midweek, and then a game 6, if necessary, would be Sunday. Sunday.
Monday, Wednesday next week. You can get a personal viewing.
Yeah,
to know.
Go get it.
Excellent.
And
Go
play,
Hitman.
They do play well together.
Yeah, they do play like
Or
twins.
go Tigers. Willie Desjardins, Executive of the Year
Oh,
in the Western Hockey League.
Bill.
so you
William.
run McKenna out of town, and you get what?
And Lidstrom, yeah.
It's pretty
Run them out of
impressive.
town, or something like that.
Not sure about that.
There you go. That's our super chats for today. We'll do a little tankathon before we get out of here.
Shouldn't it show us on here where they draft?
Oh, look at the Veroff hole. That's a nice spot.
See, I don't know about this one.
We hit with this one. That's why.
Well,
and it is cool to see some names because you start to get a little more familiar with some of these guys.
Yeah.
Is it any different?
They move the odds around a bit.
What do you mean they move?
Like as draft consensus draft rankings change, they probably slot the guys a little differently. Chase Reed hasn't been in the 4 hole all year on this page, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, like the math is what the math is.
Yes, the
the,
math
the
is
players.
no. Shut it down. Shut it down. They keep their pick and get McKenna.
Treliving genius.
Well, he's
Too late.
going to be
Gavin
somewhere in
McKenna.
Penticton watching that.
Stenberg to the Sharks.
Another
Oof, what a
forward.
play
They're
for the
taking a D
Sharks.
there, though. They'll take
What a
D.
move for the Sharks.
Right? How many did they bounce up? there?
9.
You're saying they take a D over him, Ryan?
They got so many forwards right now.
I mean, you trade.
Lisa, Will
trade
Smith, and Celebrini.
Move down.
Or move down.
And the D's a little thinner. I know they have Dickinson, but if you could get a horse on the back end for the next decade, that might be their move. A lot of good D.
Caleb Malhotra, the guy at Flames again, fall 2 spots to 5.
Going to be you next year, Caleb. All right. Huh.
There you go.
We don't need that one ever to happen ever again. Those 2 teams winning.
Yeah. Maybe we should do the other one without the players.
But you hate these, and now you're calling for both every day. I don't understand you.
I just don't know how I feel about the.
It's very trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
What do you care, though? What do you?
I think it's fair to say I don't really care.
Oh.
It's just kind of,
Here we go.
here we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Spin it,
come
Jack,
on.
spin it. Here we go. Hey!
All right, stand 3.
No problem.
There you go.
That's how it should be.
Wow.
Yes,
Gary.
That's how it should be,
Very
Gary.
good.
Christ's sakes, you and Bill need more.
More
The
pot
nice-
shots.
The
Careful.
nice thing about Vancouver and Chicago is they know this McKenna kid is overhyped.
Well, I mean, geez, the Canucks,
Just
they,
the-
they love the Swedes. They got
Oh,
the Sedin's
okay,
working
so
there.
yes.
Draft
Naslund,
19.
Oland.
Okay. Right.
Rich
This is
histories.
what I want to do. We can do this tomorrow, or
Yeah.
maybe right now.
What?
So we'll go 3. We're just going off of this because
Ah,
it's
yeah,
a bunch
yeah,
of BS. So go down, Jack. And then we're 19. Is that right?
Yeah, let's see where the Vegas pick is.
Right?
Ooh.
Okay. So now we're 19.
Yeah.
Go back to the other page. And who's the number 19 player?
Yeah, just go look for, yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you getting there?
Forward in
Oh.
Miami of Ohio.
He's supposed to be
Ilya.
Ilya.
big.
Who else is in that range that's interesting? I've
Hermanson?
read some stuff on. Yeah.
That's what I'm. That's
Yeah. And again, if Vegas gets to the Final Four, that's going to drop to 29 to 32. If they don't, it's going to be in that range because they just don't have a lot of
I'm not
points.
trying to play.
No,
every
and
single-
I'm not saying anything you're doing is wrong. I'm just trying to. That if they can get a pick in the teens with that Vegas one, that is great news.
So I know nothing about Ilya Morozov. I do believe I've heard his name that he's supposed to be good. So we would end up with, holy Christ, Jack, slow it down.
I don't know what he's doing.
Sorry, I'm looking
Jumping
for
around.
the Ruck. Where are the Ruck twins?
Oh, they're way down there.
Oh,
Good
there.
second.
Where?
Liam Rock at 32. And then the other thing is, I would ask Red is if you got 19 and let's say 34 or 5 with the Rangers pick, if you put those 2 together, how far could you move up? Is it to 16? Is it to 14? Is it to 12? I don't know.
Well, again, we don't know anything about these players. Go down a little bit more, Jack, or up, whatever. Like who's
Up or
around
down?
19? Put 19 in the middle. I don't know any of these players. Do you? I mean,
Lynn was highly
Lynn.
touted at the beginning of the year. He's headed to
Small
DU next year.
offensive defenseman.
Yeah, and in a right shot too. It's not what they need.
Okay, and go up again.
Hurlbert off to Michigan. Wow.
So like 8. You're not going to get that high.
Yeah, there does seem to be a 3 to 8 block of players that you'd love to get another pick for that. I don't know what you have to move to do it.
Anyway, all right.
A lot of centers. That Vigo Bjork is playing against men this year. He had the World Juniors. With the
I don't give a shit who's playing against men. Oh, playing against men. That's the way the leagues are set up over there. Like what? It's because he's playing against men, he's better.
It doesn't
than
mean
the
he's going to be a
kids?
better player. What it means is there's a better chance of him stepping into your lineup sooner in theory, but it's not obviously perfect or ironclad.
Well, guess what? Those teams in Europe aren't as good as the teams here in the NHL.
Correct.
So, just saying.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
That's right.
Truth bombs.
Jack,
Yep.
how's the show today?
Really good show. Really. Like everyone put in a huge shift today. We've gone 2.5 hours.
Tomorrow we're going shorter.
Noodles put in an
How
absolute
about
shift.
Noodles with the 2x4s.
Not going till 12:40.
Jerry Johansson.
I'm
Christ sake,
supposed to be selling goalie gear in my
You know what?
alley right now.
You came in here
dying.
and you said, my face is falling off my head and I feel this and that. You were peppering
Mhm.
I feel
questions.
alive. I feel
You were
alive.
going through end of the show. You usually hey, can Jack move up? What about this guy? MVP of the show
Am
today.
I feeling better?
I think you are.
You're sounding better. Your face isn't falling off your face.
You want to keep going? Maybe
No.
it's the show. Maybe
No,
this is
he's done great.
you
Maybe
kind of
it's just getting out of my house.
Jack, take notes.
you had a Matvey Gridden take that was interesting there.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that.
That will probably get you. in
ISO
trouble,
cam
right?
tomorrow.
Oh, see, now I'm in shit for going for too long.
See you, buddies.